This podcast is rated M. This is the M-Balm Effect, your one-stop shop for unfiltered discussions.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and gals of some ages, only the mature ages. Welcome to the M-Balm Effect number 252. Wow, episode number 252. Can you believe it already? Jesus.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, we're here live in studio, in the TME studio, the original. Not sure how much longer we're going to be here, but this may or may not be the last episode in studio. Not sure yet. But, I'm your host, the one, the only, the M-Balm. And with me, obviously, I have the one and only Andrea.
Hello.
Live in studio with me.
Hi.
You know, we're here. We're back at it again. You know?
Yeah.
It's your last one for a while, right?
Yeah. I'm out until November 8th after this.
Wow.
Yeah. Because the haunt opens next Friday.
Wow.
And it goes all the way through November 2nd.
November 2nd.
Yep.
So this is your last episode here in the studio.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
How's that feel?
It's crazy.
To think.
It is. It's crazy. I'm going to miss this wood paneling. They're finally letting me go.
I know.
Oh my God, guys.
I know. The
It's
the captives, yeah, we're not going to be captured down here anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, they're finally, somebody must have paid that ransom for us.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
thank you, whoever did that.
We also have super chats now on the YouTube channel, so if you want to support the show, throw us a few dollars, do some super chats, you can do that now. It's up and running.
Yes.
Would help the show out, you know. We put a lot of money into this show, and I don't think everybody understands that, but it's a lot of money to run the show and equipment and all that. But we never want you to feel, you know, like you have to. Yeah, not obligated, but. You know, if you want to help support the show, represent the dirty that way, you could do that. Obviously, you can go on the URL, the mbalmeffect.com as well. You can get yourself some merch there. And you can also watch the videos and episodes and listen to the episodes that way. You can also, for free support, check us out on YouTube if you haven't already. Subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. That one's obviously for free. You don't have to do anything crazy for that.
Yeah.
It's a free way to support the show.
Hell yeah.
Justin Lee says, "Let's fucking go." I flew today, so he flew today.
Shit.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yep.
He understands it.
Yep.
He understands the assignments. I got a good drink combo going on here. It's a rum chata and a root beer.
And does it have like any flavor? Is it something? Does it have a taste that's similar to something?
Yes, I would say it's a root beer float taste.
Oh.
That's what I would compare it to.
I'm down for anything that tastes like a root beer float. That sounds delish.
It is delish. I did one yesterday with Jamaican Me Crazy Coffee. It was really good.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, to kick off the weekend, little drink combo. Yeah. You know, so you know, we spent a lot of time last week talking about things that are going on the Earths, on the planets, the worlds. I think we spoke a lot about it, 2.5 hours about morality and how the society that we live in is completely off the rails on that. But somebody thinks out there that, for whatever reason, I doubt they even listened for 2.5 hours.
No.
Probably didn't even listen for 1 second. They claim that they have receipts that one of us on here on this show said something along the lines of "rest in piss, Charlie Kirk." Nobody said that on this show. Nope. Not one person ever said that on this show, and I can tell you that right now, from especially my stance, because I think it was pretty damn clear what we said, that we don't agree with that shit. And somebody just decided, yeah, you know what? Let's talk about it, and I'm good with that. Let's discuss it. So this is what was left on our YouTube channel from Freak Show 197888. It says Charlie Kirk. Yeah, Carly Chirk. Jesus Christ. I'm not drunk, I promise. Not yet, anyways.
yet.
Charlie Kirk was murdered, and folks on this show made the comments, "Rest in piss, Charlie." And I have the receipts, and we're gonna come for you. We're coming for you, whatever. And then I replied, literally made a response video, which I did, and you never once emailed them. Enough is enough with you pointing your finger, especially after we just talked about this and how we felt about it last week. Put your money where your mouth is already and send them. Stop claiming folks on this show made comments such as that without proof. Nobody who is currently on this show said anything of the sort. Again, email them, thembalmeffect@gmail.com. Not hard to find us. We're here.
Yeah.
Live and in living color. Call into the show. 855-M-Balm-19 is the number. 855-622-5619. You have something to say, call into the show. It's not hard. We have the phone lines open. We're ready for you to talk. I mean, you got receipts. What are you scared of? If you got receipts, you should be like, oh, I can fucking prove it right now.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it's nuts to me.
That's not even my go-to insult.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm insulting somebody, that's not even the phrasing that I go to. So I don't know where they're pulling this out of. I feel like it's like you said, it's ridiculous. Either it's fucking all around a lie, or you think somebody's on the show that ain't. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that have been on this show that probably have said something like that. I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
I don't keep in contact with them. So
well, I can see some. I mean, unless it was like on somebody else's shit, the only other person that I can still see the stuff of doesn't get on much. So I don't know how they would have either.
Yeah.
But I don't fucking know.
I don't get it.
I don't
Like,
know.
people want to stir the pot. And look, I'm all about receipts. You got them? Send them our way. I mean, that's not a problem. I mean, I know 100,000% that I never said anything like that. I think I made that pretty clear how I felt about that situation. And, you know, it's one of those things where people obviously want to stir the pot, and that's fine. You can do that all you want. Just, you know, if you have receipts, just show them. I mean,
well,
not hard.
you're going to take effort to fucking make a comment on 3 different posts,
Yeah.
but you can't make the effort to send the receipt. What are we going to, like, I'm sure when you send a receipt, you still have your own copy of it. It's not like we're taking your only copy and running away with it. We're going to burn it.
right.
You know,
It's a digital receipt. How are we going to do that?
fucking black marker it. Oh, got you good. No, nah.
Nah.
So it's like, what the fuck? I don't understand.
I don't get it either. It's like, dude, look, if somebody said something like that and you have the proof and we find out it's like a guess or something, like that doesn't count.
No.
Does not count.
No.
And
I mean,
that would be my guess.
Last time we have, like, what kind of control do we have over these people?
We don't.
My adult children, I don't think I could tell your toddler what to do.
No.
We
can't even do that.
So,
No.
like, I don't see where this is fucking valid. I don't know.
It's not, I mean, just look, you know, go after people that are actually like doing that. None of us here did that. So you can talk all the shit you want. I mean, obviously it's a clout chasing person.
Yeah.
Somebody chasing clout, whatever. It's not really clout. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Just dumb.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same old bullshit every time somebody wants to chime in about something. Oh, we've had emails in the past that just were blatantly stupid. Haven't read a good email in a while because I'm just like, I'm not interested in reading stupid emails. There's a couple of them that actually I would like to look into more because I know somebody had emailed us about looking into something that I guess somebody they know were involved in. Like, I don't know. It was something. It would be a topic worth talking about, I guess. Mm-hmm. I'll look more into it just so that way I know more about it. But stuff like that I get. But like all this, like, oh, you guys did this, you guys did whatever, dude.
Yeah.
But
It's debate.
yeah.
No. None of that.
But I like
None
to.
of it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a public thing, though. People see it, and I gotta just say, like, look, dude, you got receipts. I have no problem with receipts.
Yeah, receipt it up.
Yeah, wordy to the birdie, receipt that shit up because we don't give a
I keep my
fuck.
receipts.
Yeah.
Other than groceries, because
Yeah, you don't want to be reminded of
Like,
what you just did.
well, and
Spent all
quite
this money
frankly-
on milk.
Plus, it doesn't matter anyway.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
But everything else, receipts.
Yeah.
Receipts.
All you see online anymore now is Charlie Kirk, which whatever. And then you see all of a sudden Jimmy Kimmel, whatever.
Jimmy Kimmel.
It's like, okay, cool, whatever.
Where's the Epstein files?
Yeah, it's just where's Epstein? What happened to Iryna? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What?
Lots of distractions.
Yeah.
Lots of distractions.
Yeah. Let's get back to the Epstein files. Let's get back to Iryna Zarutska and what happened to her murderer. Nobody wants to talk about that anymore. We're not going to forget about it. I know I'm not going to forget about it. Watching that horrific video was just awful. It was horrible. And we're just supposed to forget about it? Like, no, how about we don't forget about it? So I'll put her photo right back on there so you can be reminded of Iryna. And if you watch the video, I actually saw an extended version of this video, and it took them a long time, but people actually got up and came to her aid way late, but they at least did. And I commend those people for doing such a thing, because nobody else in their right mind that was sitting next to her or even near her did anything, jumped into action, nothing. And I get it. Like, people are afraid these days to, like, get killed because this guy's a psychopath. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, that's a human being in front of you bleeding out and dying. Like, you should at least try to do something. There was, like, 3 or 4 other people in that area close by her that did nothing. And I know I feel bad because we didn't really talk too much about the actual incident enough, I don't think. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this whole thing just, you know, again, I'll say it this week, ladies, get some self-defense tools, get something to. I mean, in this particular incident in itself, I don't think there was anything that she could have done that would have changed the outcome. But this whole thing just it should wake you up and say something needs to change. Obviously, our justice system needs to change, but Iryna passed away at 23 years old for no fucking reason. None at all. And the guy who did it had no business being out in society. Like the crazy 7 that lived here and did what they did. And it's just an ongoing thing. Now it's like this guy who killed the 3 daughters he had, and then went missing because I guess he was a survivalist. Well, come to find out, I think they found his remains.
Yeah, they think they found him today or something like that, or within the last 24 hours or so. I've seen something pop up.
Now that's a guy's death you would celebrate because he's a piece of shit. You murdered your fucking children, and the world is a much better place without that douchebag. Mm-hmm. You murder your kids, you deserve to die. You deserve to be just burned alive, if you ask me.
Yeah, they depend on you.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be murdered by you.
No. And so, yeah, that guy deserved everything he got. And, but, I see all these things, and then it's like society's just sweeping this whole case out under the rug. Like, oh yeah, Iryna was, it took them 2 weeks to get it out there. First of all, it was all over the news stations and shit for like a day or two, and then the Charlie Kirk thing happened, and then you never heard about it again. Just gone, all gone.
I don't even think I've seen an article pop up yet about the other well, I don't even know if they're a survivor or not of the other school shooting.
No,
like I know that they know what happened to the shooter, and I know that one of the 2 dudes was in like recovery, but nothing about that either. Mm-mm.
Justin says mace is a must for the ladies. R.I.P. Yeah, I would agree. I hate to say it, but this state makes it almost impossible for people to self-defend. They like frown on you carrying anything.
Yeah.
They made it illegal at one point to have even nunchucks. I think that was taken back on. Yeah, because that's what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about people just coming up and blasting me with a gun. No, I'm worried about some guy coming up with nunchucks and blasting me in the temple with a nunchuck.
Have you seen that dude? I don't know if he's on TikTok or whatever. I just see reels all the time on Facebook, but
yeah,
he sings a song about how many nunchucks he has, and he keeps pulling nunchucks out of all his pockets and doing nunchuck moves, and I can't remember his name, but he's all, why do I want to call him like Nunchuck Dan or something? Like, I don't know. He's like, dun, dun, Nunchuck Dan, dun, 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 dun. You know what I mean? And it's all, and he's pulling nunchucks out of like back pockets, and then he throws it, and then he's got another pair in his front pocket.
Yeah. And
there's one in the basket nearby. It's fucking crazy.
Or Ninja Stars, you know.
Oh, see, he's just all nunchucks.
Oh.
He's just all nunchucks. I don't have that capability. I don't know. I'd be poking eyeballs.
Yeah.
Misty
says he took his own life because he was a coward. But to kill your 3 girls the way he did is just devastating, and they don't get justice.
No.
No, and that's the thing. Like, he did took the pussy way out. Like, if he did himself in, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's exactly what happened.
This is where you get the remains, you put them in public square, and you let everyone just urinate on them and defecate all over them. That's how you treat this guy. That's how you treat him.
He's probably going to be unclaimed. I feel like there's a bunch of people out there like that are unclaimed.
Yeah. I can hear it. I can hear it now. Oh, M-Balm, I thought you were talking about like morals and not doing that and celebrating death. I think we just talked about that, how he's a piece of shit and he murdered his 3 children.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this guy doesn't get that. He doesn't get that. He gets the, he's dead. Let's piss on his corpse. I don't care. You kill your kids. That's what you deserve. You like I said last week. You murder, you rape, you fuck with kids. This is what you get. It's fucking awful. Yeah, and I like how people were like, "Oh, he's still out there. He's a survivalist." Like, nah, that dude's dead. He ain't gonna fucking.
Well, I feel like once a narcissist knows that they're not going to be able to live comfortably anymore, that's often their route.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why, like, I mean, I understand all the conspiracies and stuff like that go out there, but the one part I solidly don't really believe is, I do think that Epstein did hang himself. I mean, he might have been given the tools and the time.
Yeah.
But I feel like he knew he wasn't going to get out, and he's like, well, then I'm done. Yeah. I'm out on my own terms, so fuck all of you.
It could very well be.
And hauled ass. Because a lot of narcissists will go that route. They're all like, well, I'm not going to be able to live the way I want to anymore. So,
right. And he wouldn't.
And so they still want to be able to, well, this is going to happen either way, but it's going to be on my terms,
right?
Not yours.
Yeah. I could see that being a thing.
It is.
For sure.
It is. It for sure is.
Like,
I mean, it depends, but it's definitely been done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
With Epstein, it's just a little weird that the security cameras would go down. So maybe somebody did hand him something.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he might have been like, I don't want to be here anymore. If I slip you some cash, you know what I mean? Like, will you give me the fucking means and the time? Go take a little nappy poo. You know what I mean? And the guy was like, fucking hauled ass, took a little nappy poo.
A little, yeah.
And left him to do what he wanted to do.
Yeah. The security guards all got tired at the same time and needed to take a little nap. Like...
That's what I'm saying.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking weird.
You know what I mean? Because I've seen, I've watched plenty of documentaries about, like, shitty... So, like, I was just watching the one about the Wests. That dude killed a whole bunch of women in his home, buried them. They were buried all over the place, basement, backyard, his daughter, like everybody. And he definitely was like, fuck y'all, and took himself out. And his wife is the one doing more time than he is, and just like this other one, like Gazelle or whatever, fucking Jizzle.
Jizzlane.
Jizzle.
Love it, Jizzle.
You know,
that was her nickname, right? Jizzle.
Probably.
Hey, Jizzle, get over here.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
She ought to fucking fry.
Yeah, she. You know, all these people like, oh, she was a victim. Not bullshit. She was a victim, my ass. She was as much a victim as Epstein himself. Like, come on. Now.
That was the same thing they tried to say about the wife of this man, the West.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that they noticed in the timeline that one of the people that stayed at the house that passed away, he was in jail during that time, so it couldn't have been him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that whole time, she was playing the role of, because when she had met him, she was 15.
Yeah.
That was the only person she'd ever been with. So she was all like, I only did it because I was groomed that way.
Right.
And then it turns out she was writing him letters while he was in prison being like, I don't know how much more of this kid's shit I can take, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she, like, killed the kid.
fucking piece of garbage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What a
And
real
all
piece
the
of
other
work.
siblings eventually helped narc on her.
Damn, good.
You know what I mean? Because they were like, yeah, no, our sister died because of this one. Like, she was present. Do not let her try to tell you she didn't know that he was bringing women and killing them in the basement and doing bad things to, the daughters of the house. No, the wife knew everything, and this Jizzy did too. Yeah. Jizzy was in it and loving it and enjoying the fucking power trip.
Yeah. There's no way she had nothing to do with this. There's no way that she felt bad or in any way, shape, or form. She knew what the fuck was going on. And as far as I'm concerned, yeah, fry, bitch, fry. Mm-hmm. Missy says, I have my granddaughter in martial arts, so when she needs to protect herself, she's not going to go through life not able to at least protect herself.
That's smart.
It's what this world is becoming. And I agree, you got to do something. Yeah. I don't care what you do as long as you have something. You have a tool in your asset to defend yourself. Because unfortunately, some laws and regulations make it so that way you're a victim all the time because you're not supposed to have this on you, blah, 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 blah. Or they make it extremely inaffordable to go get your pistol permit in order to, defend you and your family when you're, especially like I like to bring it up because it's true. Single moms that can't really afford, what is it, almost $1,000 just to get the initial.
Well, and then I'm wondering, is there also extra money to like fucking be a part of a gun range and stuff like that and to learn to shoot and all that shit? Is there a safety course you got to pay to take?
That's
like all these other shit.
Yeah, they've recently, Kathy Hochul's made it so you have to take these courses and all that, which are like anywhere between $200 and $500 to take. And that's just the course. Then on top of that, the fees you have to pay for not only the fingerprints, but to submit your application.
So it's more of a rich privilege.
That's what I'm saying. She's making it like she's making it kind of almost impossible for people that are, not well off, that may live in a bad area.
Yeah, that should have something.
Yes. And that's what's fucked up. It should be affordable and obtainable so long as you have a clean record, are mentally with it, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And
but then at the same note, bail reform.
Oh my God.
So
I know that doesn't make any sense.
I don't
look, let's let this guy out 5 times so he can go home and shoot his girlfriend with a fucking shotgun. Like, what? Yeah. It's just nuts. It's nuts. And that's what I mean. Like, a lot of people want to make it only right or left. I agree and disagree with both sides.
With certain parts.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the way I think everybody should. I think open dialogue and all that stuff should be a thing. And people don't want that. They want echo chambers. I mean, it's just that they like echo chambers. We know people that like echo chambers because, that's just the way they roll. And that's all they want to hear is echo chambers. Mm. They like hearing their side of the story, so to speak.
Over and over, yeah.
Over and over again.
And validation. If I can't get a validation from you, I'm going to cry to somebody that gives me the validation. Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna make immature.
We're not gonna grow. We're not gonna try to grow.
God forbid.
Or at least empathize and understand one another. No. We're gonna get mad and turn to somebody who's gonna go, no, you're absolutely right.
And if you want to talk in private and you want to make up, and come to a middle ground, that's not good enough for us. You have to go online and spew that out to the public so that way.
Extra validation.
Yes,
Extra.
yes.
From people who probably don't even know a pin drop of either of you. You know what I mean? To like even be able to properly weigh in.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like. Yep. It's that time. It's that era.
Yeah, it is that era. Everyone's hypocrite these days. Like everything's like contradictory. Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm just like, I would agree with certain people, but they're hypocrites for the things they've either done in the past or are currently doing while they say the things they're saying. And it's like, you know what? I'm not with you on that. I'm not. I don't fuck with that.
It's becoming a hard balance.
A very hard balance. Rock hard balance. We discussed King Cobra JFS a couple weeks ago, and some things were brought to my attention, which I didn't see these before, so I never really. I looked at them and I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. So I got a video I wanted to talk about real quick because some people are kind of They're saying that basically he had, I guess, predicted his death, which is weird, but let's take a look at this video.
Why 34, you ask? Well, because it has numbers 3 and 4, and because my 20s are gone, and I don't want to be 40, so screw it. If I die of a heart attack when I'm 34, so be it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So somebody had brought that to my attention, asking what I thought about this. And quite frankly, I just think it was, and I don't believe in coincidence, but I think this is a coincidence. This is what, 7 years ago? This video was made. I don't think he knew this was going to happen. I just think it was an unlucky guess.
Well, or so I don't know. So, for example, my best friend, he was told, so he had cerebral palsy, and he was told that he was going to be in a wheelchair before he would. I want to say in his early 20s, he was going to end up being wheelchair bound, and he would probably die young as well. And he did end up wheelchair bound his whole life, but he fucking party hard and ended up dying. You know what I mean? Like, I want to say, did he make it to 41? I think maybe. So, and he spent a lot of time discussing that he was not going to make it to be old. You know what I mean? And you just tell him to shut the fuck up or whatever. But so if he had any underlying conditions and already had chosen not to take care of himself, it might have been a roundabout decent guesstimate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if he had some kind of, like if his docs had told him that, you'll be lucky to make it to your, 45.
Yeah.
And then, he also was drinking on top of it. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like you never know.
Yeah. I just, the whole situation sucks. If anyone's followed King Cobra in any of the years really that he's been active, more so lately, I guess you could say, you could understand that things have really deteriorated, especially the last year, with that Jessica Boyle bitch, who I think she was just taking advantage of Josh at that point. I honestly think that she was just using him for clout. Then she just kind of took, and I know he denied it at first, but let's just be honest. I think a lot of people already know that she was like the tipping point to why he got evicted from his last apartment, which put him in the trailer that he was in towards the end. And I just think that, within the last year, it was like a dip off. Like it wasn't good already, especially with her in the picture. And then it just kind of took a turn for the worst. And it sucks because that dude did not deserve that. And, this just Jessica Boyle, like, have you ever listened to her stuff? She is a real putrid human being. She is not a good person. And then she's like saying all kinds of shit about him and stuff. And then she sent him that weird care package I know we talked about, which was fucking weird. And I don't know. It just, the whole thing sucks. Tomorrow is his celebration of life. His family's going to do a live stream, I believe, on his channel, on King Cobra JFS, the YouTube channel. So that will be 7 p.m. Mountain Time, which is in Wyoming. So it'll be 9 o'clock here. We're 2 hours ahead here. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna check that out because I think about Josh a lot these days, and like I said, he was my age, so it's just way too fucking young, And I get it. Like I know that he had his demons and stuff like that, and he didn't eat the best, obviously, and. He was drinking a lot, especially towards the end.
I know plenty of people though that have treated their body like hot fucking garbage, and they are still going.
Comedians, Brian Posehn.
Holy shit!
Look at Brian Posehn. He came here 10 years ago. I saw him live when the comedy club was in Webster, and even he said he goes, "I treat my body like I can get another one." And he still was kicking. No. I don't know. It sucks. I mean, ultimately, though, the cause of death was a heart attack like he had foreshadowed at 34. But I don't know. It just sucks. I wonder what the autopsy was because I know that the autopsy was done. And I did see a photo that I believe his father had posted. It was like a green urn because Josh's favorite color was green, and it had Sean, his puppet, and all this stuff, that his glasses and all that, and it was, yeah, it just hits you right in the feels. Like, fuck, man. It doesn't seem real, you know, because that dude posted almost just about every day, if not every day. Mm-hmm. You know, his response videos, all this shit, and then just one day he just stopped. Like, I think it's been, yeah, his last video is a month ago already. I think the 21st of August. So tomorrow's the 1 month anniversary already. That's when they're gonna do the celebration of life. But yeah, it sucks. I don't think anybody that's watched Josh or even interact with it. Like I said, I've texted with him a few times, and it's always cool, man. I never had a bad experience talking to him. Mm-hmm. It was he was appreciative of fans and stuff like that. So of course people, that's the thing that always sucks is like people did bully him and they trolled him. Mm-hmm. They trolled him harder than they troll us, obviously, and they sent him shit that he didn't need, like more drinks. They were just sending him booze left and right. I mean, they were just pretty much contributing to his downfall. Yeah. His demise. You know what's fucked up, though, is that those same people will go online and say, oh, I hate to see this happen. It's like, but motherfucker, you caused it. You helped cause the issue.
Yeah, you were part of the problem.
Yeah. Whereas people who followed him and actually, enjoyed his interactions and stuff, like, good. Look, I get it. People are sometimes, a little bit unorthodox in life. They live an unorthodox life. He did. But he was true to himself. He was true to what he was saying. It's not like he pretended to be somebody to make people like him. Mm-hmm. And that's what I think a lot of people need in this fucking world. Too many people out there that just want to, oh, look at me. I want to be liked all the time. Like, I don't give a fuck. Cool.
No. Yeah.
Like, I'm good with saying what I need to say and doing what I need to do. And if you don't like it, fuck off.
Yeah.
It's like Freak Show. You don't like what we fucking do on the show, and you want to make up, you want to make up something. There's plenty of shit you could probably go back and pinpoint of what we said on the show. But this is the one that never happened. Out of the 252 episodes plus more of the stuff that we have, I mean, I think we're up to 736 videos on our YouTube. There's so many different things that we've done and said over the last 6 years, going on 7. But this is the hill you want to die on is, oh, I saw something on your social media and one of you said this. Nobody said it. No. And that's it's just like maddening. Yeah,
it's annoying.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. There's a video that I had come across. It's about, I don't know, a year old. We never talked about it.
Okay.
I recently came across this video, and boy, is it something. It is something. It is a roller coaster ride. It's a long one, but I'm gonna shorten it up to the most important parts. So let's dive into it.
And he lied, and he told her I'm just like a streamer, and it was just an investment.
I'm just going to fast forward this to the more important parts, blah, blah, blah. So she's a streamer, yada, yada. But that's not what's important. What's important is how she treats this guy.
Yeah, I turned it off. What's up? Let me see. It's on the ground. So you have his phone and his keys? Yeah, I have his phone.
She's talking about her ex-boyfriend, if you're wondering. So her ex-boyfriend, quote-unquote, cheated on her, blah, 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 yada, yada. And I guess the police are here and yada, yada. I don't know. Just she's engaging with this officer about this guy's property that she has and yada, yada. But it's going to take a turn that you go, oh. Oh, I hate how it does that. Okay, let's go back.
What's the plan? I see him over there. I know, he's waiting for you. I don't need anything from you. What are you looking for? No, this is my stupid boyfriend. He's retarded. I'm sorry that he bothered you. I have his phone and because we were in couples therapy. Oh, sorry, let me turn it down. Sorry. So we were in couples therapy, and I found out he's been cheating on me for 2 years. So that's what this is about. There's nothing violent happening.
But he just wants his phone. So
he's getting his phone. All right, he's getting his phone. Okay, thank you so much. All right, thank you.
Just take a... just keep watching.
What? Here it is.
So here he is.
What?
You said you were going to come, but you didn't.
Come where? Come where?
The shrink said you were going to come back to the...
For what?
To give me my stuff.
Oh, there it is. There's your stuff.
Thank you.
A nice line.
What do I do?
What do you do? I don't care what you do. I do not care what you do.
FYI, February.
I called Sarah, you fucking bitch. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
No.
So right there and then, just take a look at that. Like she's.
Sorry.
When you were with Sparta.
No, you
were with
were
Sparta.
I got all your
were-
texts are in my Discord. All
Okay.
your texts to her, all the same shit you say to me, you say to her.
You both are going to turn this into something.
Okay, I'm just talking to him.
Do you want to go to jail?
Not really, no.
So just her interaction right there. What do you think this is like? How do you think this is this relationship was going all this time? Just by what you're
Well,
seeing.
I mean, he looked like he flinched.
Yeah,
Like she's hit him before.
that's what I'm saying, right? You see that.
Because like yeah, it's just like it's one thing if you're joking around or something. I don't know how to explain it. There's different flinches. There's like a flinch because of randomness, and then there's a flinch because it's expected.
Yeah.
And that looked more like an expected flinch than like a, like you caught me off guard.
Right. Like this is definitely something he's used to.
Yeah,
So
like he's used to having shit thrown at him or her fucking pushing or pinching him or something.
yeah. So this is not his first rodeo with her.
It's okay.
No, it's not okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You should see what
You're lucky that your hand didn't hit him because regardless of what he said,
Okay, all right, okay, I'm sorry.
Can I
Get
go
me off of
grab
that
my
camera.
Okay, you're not on it. You're not on it.
No, get it. If she's the
No,
police,
I'm
listen.
talking. Regardless of what had just happened here, if you had hit him right in my presence, regardless if he
I'm
was
fine, I
quiet, no,
didn't.
be quiet and listen to me. No matter what he said, you would be going to jail. Do you understand?
All
You
right,
must
all
not
right,
show up
that's
for
fine.
work.
That's fine.
This is
That's
serious.
fine.
Elisa,
That's
calm
fine.
down.
Hold on.
I was asking,
good.
can I go grab my
you're not.
stuff?
You can
Let's
grab
go
your
from
stuff.
here.
Exactly.
He can grab his stuff and he can go home. That's what he can do. Yeah, I
Okay.
have his stuff. I could take him to his stuff and then he can go
Okay,
home.
take his stuff and take your anger down a notch because you had hit him in my presence.
Okay, I'm not going to talk about the bad topic.
Well,
I think
I
we
can
stay out.
talk about it.
No, I said I'm going to stop talking about it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because that's ridiculous.
Okay.
And I hope your channel caught that bad
Oh,
perception of you. That's not very nice.
Okay.
Oh, it gets
No,
worse.
it's not okay.
Are you ever been cheated on for 2 years with
You know
a
what?
20-year-old
I'm
Mexican?
not
I doubt
getting
it.
into
Yeah.
my business,
Okay. All
but
right. Well,
you're
I'm
not
just
the
telling you
only
that's my
one.
business.
But
I
you're
really
not
don't
the
want to talk
only
to you
one.
anymore.
Do you
It's
understand?
nice talking to you. Have a nice day.
If you call her,
I called her and I spoke to her. She was very boring, of course. No, I saw all your texts. I saw all your texts.
So Missy says she's the abuser and he's scared that she's going to hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's what
that's most definitely
how
what
it looks.
Yeah, exactly. The officers saw what was going on, already had identified the issue going on, and even said, hey, if you would have hit him in my presence, you would be arrested right now.
Mm-hmm.
So think about all the things that you're seeing right now. Okay? Because this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Well, also, I'd like to point out that it's always a red flag to me when you're talking shit to somebody and you use certain phrases that are absolutely unnecessary. Because I was cheated on, and the person wasn't of Caucasian nationality, but whenever him and I were arguing, she had this birthmark near her mouth that looked like a mustache, and I would call her Mustasha.
Mustasha?
I wasn't like this, boring Filipino bitch. Like,
Yeah.
why
Yeah, you heard
did
that,
you
right?
have to? Yeah, like
saw-
what was the point of throwing in the word Mexican?
Right.
You could have just said some boring skank or like some young skank. Like there are plenty of other ways that you can do that without throwing that in there.
Yeah, she threw that right in there. I mean,
That's
this
a
woman.
secondary red flag right there.
Oh, 100%. This it gets. You just watch this. This is gonna get. Oh my god. So she's gonna be calling the girl that he was cheating on her with, allegedly. I don't know. She probably was, but I wouldn't blame the guy after all this stuff that I witnessed in this video.
Well, regardless, if somebody's cheating on you, you say you're a piece of shit, I'm leaving. You don't also become abusive. Like,
Right.
what's the fucking point?
Exactly.
And was she abusive? That's why he was.
Bahram Alipur is sending of women
You play with
nude
them
pictures,
balls like
and I'm
a
gonna text you what he
space
texted me as well. So I'm just gonna send you like 6 months of texts of your nudes and different sentences that he.
Sarah, I'm sorry about this.
Don't talk. Don't fucking talk.
Idiot.
Yes, Sarah, we're really sorry about this. I'm sending him your way today.
Fucking.
So don't worry. But yeah, so yeah, he's coming. Don't worry, he's coming home.
Elisa.
She just like almost broke my nose. She's gonna get arrested.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Fuck you, cunt. Next time you fucking touch me, I'll fucking dick you. You understand?
Yeah. So I don't know what this blackout is, but it goes back into the
You
video.
understand, cunt? Hey, no, Sarah, hang up. These idiots. She posted your fucking number in her cancer Discord, and I was just being polite.
Yeah.
She
No,
almost
so
broke my nose.
Bahram, how do you pronounce it? Do you know? I don't know.
Shut the fuck up, cunt. Hey,
so,
cunt!
so I'm gonna text you your nudes that he sent me and
Right.
what he wrote about you. He said you're a dumb Mexican that he doesn't even like.
Oh,
Just
sure.
how he said that I'm a streamer that he doesn't like. So you guys are like, wow,
Right.
interesting.
Can I talk
Sarah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, touch me and I fucking dick your dumbass bitch. I'll fucking dick you. Test me.
Elisa,
Yes.
as a woman,
The dumb cunt, Sarah. The dumb.
I just wanna point out real quick that she's doing this because she's definitely got away with this for a very long time. Anybody that has been through this situation can tell you, men or woman, that they get away with that. They feel like they can just put their hands on you in a very inappropriate manner because nothing was ever done, and they just feel like they have the freedom to do so. Obviously, this bitch here kept doing it. I'm sure throughout the relationship. And then one day things took a turn for the worse for her, which is going to happen in this video in just a moment.
In the middle of a stream session.
Can you please delete my number from the chat?
She's a fucking insane person. She's a fucking
I would stop
50-year-old
talking about.
dumb cunt in the
I'm
middle of the
15.
street
Okay,
dancing.
Yeah, Sarah, I heard you had a
Scott-
kid when you were 16. That's what he told me about you.
Yeah, she had
and he
a
said you're a
kid.
dumb Mexican.
I like how the girl that they're on the phone with, the one that he apparently cheated on her with, just sent her fucking $5 saying, "I know what Poppy likes." What? Just think about that. That's pretty funny.
I said she's a
And he
dumb
said
Mexican.
you keep showing up. And he says you won't stop texting him, but I saw the text. It's the same shit.
Elisa, can you
Yeah.
answer?
Yeah. What's up?
She's half your age. She's half your age.
Delete the number, please.
Ow!
Pull over, dumb cunt. Pull over, dumb cunt.
Ow! No, please don't. All right, I'll stop.
Oh, now she wants to stop. This is the moment in time where she finally realized now's the time to stop being a violent human being towards somebody she at one point in time claimed to care about. This is the time where she now wants things to go, more peacefully when when the shoe's on the other foot. And that happens regardless if you're a guy doing it or a woman doing it. And that always seems to be the case. Narcissists, like you were saying earlier, they want to have control over things. Just like the Wheels of Life said, she's trying so hard to control him. And I'm sure throughout that whole relationship that they had before this whole thing went down, that's all this was a control that she had over him.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure this is no different than any other time except for this moment here where he finally had enough. They're not dating anymore. What does he give a fuck? He's had enough. He's been probably beat for so goddamn long that he's had enough. Wheels of Life says, no way he cheated. Well, that's apparently what had happened here in this situation. He seems like an oofy doofy. Well, he probably was. I'm not going to lie to you. He probably was an oofy doofy when he was dating this Lisa chick. And now he finally grew a set and defended himself, which I never, ever endorse putting your hands on a woman. But I think at a point where, it's like, are you just going to sit there and get just beat up on all the time? I mean, anybody.
Yeah.
It just comes to a point where you're like, fuck that. You got to defend yourself. This guy hasn't done that for a very long time, and now today's the day. Like, he just decided this is it.
And that's more like a pull your hair and be like, bitch, pull over because I want to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Unless it goes further.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's pretty much, you'll see. She makes this over dramatic.
Oh, that's what they do.
She's like, he's killing me. Why? Just wait. It's coming. It's coming. Just,
Oh yeah, because she wants all of her followers to be like, oh my God.
Okay, I'll stop.
Pull over.
Okay, I will.
Pull over, dumb
Okay,
cunt.
please don't do it. No, I'm sorry.
No, call
I'm
911,
sorry.
Sarah. Call
No,
911.
no. Help, please, I'm
Call
sorry.
911.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm so sorry. Please let me go. Babe, please let me go.
I like how she just called him babe still. They're not even
yeah.
dating anymore. That's just how you can tell.
No, please, I'm so sorry. Please let
Oh,
me
you're
go.
sorry, right? Get the fuck
Right.
Okay, I'm getting out. I'm getting out. He's killing me.
Is he? He's trying to get you out of the car.
No! Okay, I'm getting out.
Oh, and what she's doing now is she's running to the other car and
Yep.
making it seem like she's the victim.
Yep. And that's why he ran over there. And there you go. So that's the video, and it just. What's your thoughts on this? I'd like to know. Anybody that's watching, listening, what's your thoughts? Send us comments down below on the YouTube channel or on the Spotify. You can leave comments on there too. Or just send it to us on Facebook or email us, the M-Balm@gmail.com. Or if you're watching live, just comment right now, as Wheels of Life and Missy are doing. Yeah, the whole thing, it's terrible. Like, you look at that and you go, really? This is... And now think about how many times this is happening throughout the world. It sucks, but yeah, it's one of those things where people need to just stand up for themselves. Like, I don't endorse putting hands on women, but holy Christ, how many times are you gonna let somebody punch you and slap you and kick you and do the things that she's doing? Like,
Well, she was doing multiple things, because not just to him, but so unless, I mean, I don't even know unless. So putting somebody's phone number online,
she doxed this
is
woman.
absolutely fucking disgusting.
She
I
doxed
don't
this
care.
lady.
Like, let me tell you, my 12 years I tolerated a man who cheated on me often. And 95% of the people who I came across had no fucking clue. You know what I mean? Like, they
Right.
were being just as duped as I was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they would wave the flag, tell you everything, and be like, I'm so sorry, and haul ass.
Yeah.
I had two women in all those years who were very unapologetic, and even I wouldn't dox them.
Yeah.
Would I call them home wrecking cunt bags? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
Like, when you find out and you're still doing it, you're a piece of shit.
100%.
But if, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know the other woman's story. So if she didn't know,
Yeah.
or if you're saying they're cheating, but really at this point you're already separated, you've already had 10 dicks in your mouth, and then you're mad because he finally found one.
Yeah.
Because that was another thing, was when my ex and I, when we first separated, he was running through women no problem.
Yeah.
First date I went out on, he swallowed a fucking bottle of pills, and I ended up having to come home because he basically left the kids by themselves and wandered off to be dramatic.
Wow.
And the family had to call me and tell me to, and this is a man who was literally at that point had left me and the kids, and he was driving over and watching the kids on Wednesday nights so I could have some freedom while he thought things through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? AKA was living with another woman.
Yeah.
So, it all depends on some of that stuff, but in general, you don't put somebody, who the fuck, what if there's some real psycho in your fucking watch list? Somebody watching you that is truly beyond mentally unstable.
Yeah, because I'm sure there is.
And they see that shit. They're seeing your little tip of the iceberg instead of the whole fucking thing. And next thing you know, this woman gets stalked and murdered.
Yeah.
What in the fuck are you doing? So I really don't. I don't have sympathy for this woman. He could have very easily fucking punched her in the face.
Easily.
And he didn't. He was just trying to yank her out of the seat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yes, was he getting aggressive, and but at the same time, he could tell at that point, if he didn't get her out of the driver's seat, he was gonna be trapped in that passenger seat and continue to get hit.
And she looks
or
like
pull into traffic or something.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. She looks like the unhinged lunatic that would crash the car and try to kill herself along with him at the same time.
Or at least like crash it enough to be like, look at me, like fucking.
He did this to me.
I actually just told this story the other day. I had neighbors in Germany. The wife wasn't exactly the most pleasant, but we liked the husband a lot.
Yeah.
She was very big on pressing buttons until you would explode. She did it with a lot of fucking people. And I also need to preface this whole discussion by saying that she was like if the definition of Casper.
Yeah.
Like the palest, blondest, snow white skin woman ever. And one night he comes knocking on our front door and was like, you know, he said, "Can you please go over? I think she's about to call command."
Yeah.
And he was like, we were fighting and she was pushing me around and stuff. And he was like, and I pushed her onto the bed and he was like, I could just see her eyes get big and she went right for the phone.
Yeah.
And that, you know what I mean? Because she was that type. By the time I had gotten in there, she was already full sob story telling whoever it was on the phone that he had strangled her till she blacked out.
What?
That woman's neck was pristine white. And I mean, I was there seconds after, you know what I mean? Like, It's not like I took long to go over there. And he got put in the barracks for a month.
And you would know because there would be marks all over
there
your
would have
throat.
been marks, even just red.
Yeah.
I get it. Maybe bruising wouldn't happen yet.
Right.
But there would have been redness. She was as pale as a fucking ghost.
Yeah, there's no way.
And he was a big man.
Yeah.
There would have been red marks.
Oh, God,
but I was, like, whatever. It didn't matter. 24 hours later, she was crying to us, "Oh, he can't be here. I got to take care of the kids myself for a whole month. They won't even let us." And it's like, you did this.
Yeah.
And obviously, you're not, like, this isn't battered women syndrome. You were mad at him in the moment. You were trying to punish him in the moment. Mm-hmm. And you took it too fucking far. And now you're being punished and you don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, what in the ever-living shit?
Well, this guy was even defending her with a cop. He's like, "Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay." And she's like, "No, it's not okay." And she's right. It's not okay.
Well, because the cop could probably tell in that moment what kind of relationship we were looking at.
Yeah, exactly. Missy says, "I've been through this with by my ex-husband and for many years, and he cheated on me. It was my fault and abusive to me in front of my children. And I thank God that he left us. But he had lost control, and it was pure hell. You can tell he's had enough of it." Yeah, this guy definitely had enough, especially now that they're not dating anymore. No strings attached anymore. He said, "Fuck this. I'm not going to sit here and take this shit." And he shouldn't. Nobody should take that.
And she smacked him. She hit him square in the center of his face with the back of her hand.
Yeah, she didn't give one fuck about where she landed on that guy's face.
No.
And I'm sure that's not the first time she's broken that guy's nose or did anything else.
Yeah.
What do you think that guy's family thought when he was dating her? I mean, just could you imagine being somebody like you have somebody like maybe a brother or a sister that's going through this and they defend their significant. I'm sure this guy defended her many a times when they were together, and obviously not dating anymore. So now he just shoved her out of the car. But like, you look at that and you go, dude, how the fuck do you just sit there and put up with that? You know, to me, it's like, dude, I'm not putting up with that. If
I feel like a lot of dudes though feel like nobody would believe them.
Well, that's the problem too. Like, how many guys say this wasn't captured on video?
Oh my
say
God.
This didn't happen.
If this didn't get captured on video, depending on what she said to the person in the other vehicle she ran to,
mm-hmm.
that's who they would base the whole thing on, was what that person observed, which is her running out disheveled saying, "Help me, somebody's trying to kill me,"
mm-hmm.
and him running out disheveled. You don't know.
Yeah, you just don't.
Know.
You don't know.
No.
That's the thing. And the problem with this is this happens a lot, I'm sure, where a guy gets attacked, gets physically violent with a guy, and then there's no video footage of it. So then when something happens, they're like, "Oh, they take her side," and then that's just not fair. I mean, look at Johnny Depp, for instance. We talked about that when it was going on in the courtroom.
God, yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh, he's abusive, blah, blah, blah," because look at this video, and he's yelling at her. And it's like, okay, but nobody knows what's going on behind the scenes. Like, you're only seeing what she wants you to see.
Right, and that could have been after fucking 3 hours of poking the bear and alcohol.
100%.
Jesus Christ. I've seen some bear pokers.
Oh, yeah.
I've been a bear poker. You know what I mean? Like, there are especially men of certain types, there are very easy key phrases you could say to make somebody fucking go off the deep end.
Yeah.
It's not exactly fucking rocket science, but I've seen it. I've seen some that are, and I've seen some in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And then they also get the in-between things where you get like stalkers who don't do quite enough of anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they do just enough to make your life fucking terrible, but it's not enough for them to get in trouble for doing it. And holy shit.
Yeah, this chick, when she was dancing in the car, like, she's off her rocker. Like I said, she's the kind of person that would try to crash the car and kill that guy.
And she obviously feels like it's justified for a woman to be able to hit a man.
No, it's not. Nobody should be putting hands on anybody, regardless of whose gender or what. You don't do that. And we've gotten into this society where, oh, it's okay. Like, and it bothers the fuck out of me. Wrestling's been doing this shit lately on WWE. Where Becky Lynch has been slapping the shit out of CM Punk, and he won't touch her. Which, I get it.
Yeah.
But, like, at the same time, it's like, why is that okay? There's children watching this shit. And the thing about that is, you're making it seem to children that it's okay if you're a woman to hit a man and he can't touch you.
Well, yeah, to assume that.
Yeah.
Because not all men follow that policy.
Well, that's just it. They don't.
So one of these days, you go out there, slap the wrong man across the face.
And you might get just German suplexed on the back of your head.
Yeah.
The whole thing is just nobody should be laying hands on anybody regardless. It's the same fucking thing for one gender to the other. Why not, if you have a problem, discuss it, and if the relationship ain't working, fucking dip out.
Dude. Or you want to, you know what I mean? Like, so he cheated on you, and you guys just walked out of that shit, and you're super mad. So instead, you put his stuff outside on the sidewalk and say, figure out your own ride home, bitch. And you get in the car and you leave.
You go.
You leave. And then you get online with your supporters and you go, yeah, it just happened. This motherfucker's been cheating on me with some younger bitch. So guess what? I just left him on the curb. I hope she's got a car to come pick him up. That's what you do. You don't fucking, let's put her on the phone, make shit, because half of that shit was made up. Like, I'm sorry. Every time she did the Mexican mention, I'm like, oh, I feel like that's just your sauce being added in. You know what I mean? Like, don't.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, don't fucking get out of here with that. But just in general, you know what I mean?
She was definitely getting her whole plug behind his back, right?
Probably.
Like, there's no way that there's no way he cheated on her first before she did. No way.
Unless she was like completely abusive and he's been unballsy enough to leave her. You know what I mean? Like it's been over. But he's scared to leave and was hoping to like. Because I've known plenty of people, I've done it myself, where you're like, if you just wait for them, they'll fade out and they'll go off into the sunset, and I can just move on with my life instead of their dramatic exit and like a whole bunch of bullshit happening. And oftentimes it just ends up being more of a pain in the ass for the person who thinks that they can. Yeah. They don't. You got to just rip the fucking Band-Aid off.
Just get it over with.
But I did it like. I tolerated, and it cost me a lot of money. Yeah. With mine, because I was just like trying to play nice and get as much as I could out of him in child support, and then finally got to a point where I knew I couldn't get him to play nice even for fucking $20. Yeah. And then that was when I was like, all right, and took him to, and I should have just from the get go. Yeah. Just made it official. You know what I mean? Say fuck it and get it over with, right? Yeah. Now instead we just actually I went to court on Thursday. Yeah. And then they were like, "Oh, nobody called you and let you know that we moved it." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's great. I spent fucking $10 on parking and I hauled ass here, and it got moved to next week." Oh, no, good. The week after.
Spent money for nothing.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's what you wanted.
And then I still got to go back in, and it's really because he isn't complying. But if I don't show up, then they'll drop it.
That fucked up.
Yeah.
How's that shit even happen?
Yeah. Well, so they were polite, and the first couple of times, I only had to be on the first time on the phone, and then after that, they were like, only he has to be on, but they were letting me know when he was supposed to be on. I guess he's missed 2, and now they're making us both show up in person.
Oh, shit.
And he's not going to show up.
No, he's not going to.
They don't even have the right address for him anymore. He's a crackhead. Oh. He has moved 4 times since that initial court date, and I know for a fact he isn't calling them every time he moves.
Oh, no.
To let him know his new address. He gets disability from his because he's a veteran, and the thing is the state will not take from it. You have to volunteer from it. He told the state that he would volunteer from it, and he is not volunteering from it.
That's fucking crazy.
And he's almost $5,000 in the hole.
Wow.
And I only took them for their last 2 years of their life. I didn't even try to get the 3 years prior to that when he was kind of like, sometimes he'd give me cash, sometimes he wouldn't. I was trying to be very cordial and not do court at all.
I'm sure
And
this
that
guy
didn't
was trying
do
to be
anything.
cordial.
Oh my God.
He's trying to be cordial to her.
This guy was definitely trying. I feel like he's one of them doormat types that was just like, if I wait it out, she'll find somebody else, and then she'll leave me, and then I don't have to worry about it. Because she is the type, like, I had a friend in school that literally was like, can we pretend we made out so that she'll break up with me? Because I know if I break up with her for no reason, she will make my life miserable for the next 6 months.
She'll slit his fucking throat when he's sleeping.
So instead, I got the miserable. I took on the miserable. You know what I mean? Like, I got the mean girl spirit. Years later, I told her I was like, he was gay. He just didn't want to. He didn't want to admit it to any of us at the time. Yeah. And she was like, so you never made out with him? And I was like, no. She was like, all these years we could have been friends. Yeah. There's a reason why I was cool with it. Yeah. It's because I didn't care about being your friend.
Right.
I knew what was going to happen because that's what those type of women do.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They're all about revenge and, you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be their way. So if she had found herself a better piece of dick with good money, he probably wouldn't have even been dealing with this situation, I bet.
Oh, God, no.
I bet. Because she would have been like, fuck you, I got a better man than you. You can eat a bag of dicks. Go be with your 20. She was mad that she felt like the fool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She got left for a younger lady, and she was probably thinking to herself, how dare you leave me? Look at you and look at me. That's probably exactly what she was saying. Because if you look at them, most men would probably be like, you cheated on her?
Right. You'd be surprised,
what
though.
Did she look like? What did the other one look like?
You'd be surprised, though. There's dudes out there and women. Yeah. There's people out there that just, they cheat on their significant other, and you look at the person they're cheating with, and you're like, wow, really? You did
then
that?
You wonder if, then you wonder if one's got a better personality than the other, or if they're an idiot. Yeah. It could be any of the above, quite frankly.
Like this chick here, this Lisa chick that we watched, just completely just abusing this guy, verbally and physically. Like, if you saw her down the, if you saw her walking on the street, I'm sure like some guys would be like, oh wow, I want to tape that. Yeah, but then she'd tap you too, probably with her fist, and break your fucking nose. Some guys are into that. I'm just saying, like, but this guy obviously, like, he was caught in a stranglehold by something else. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. A lot of dudes fall for the looks, and then they get had.
Yeah. This guy got had. Yeah. And then finally, when it wasn't his anymore, he finally had enough and said, "Get the fuck out of the car." And she's like, "Oh my God, he's killing me! Call help, please."
And I'm like, listen, I know what a chokehold looks like. He was trying to lift your head out of the seat. He was not trying to choke you.
He's trying to help you. He's trying to help you, motherfucker.
He was like he was like trying to physically lift her into a different seating area. He was not trying to take away breath.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
none of
there
that.
was none of that.
He could have just uppercutted her ass and called it a day, right?
Oh my God.
But he didn't.
Chop to the fucking throat.
Right.
Right. You're right out.
Over.
You're out.
Trachea crushed. Missy says, yes. Look, this situation, I looked at this video, and I think it's like a year old, but I saw it recently, and I'm like, I think it's a good talking point because, quite honestly, a lot of abusive relationships that are talked about is usually the shoe on the other foot. Mm-hmm. And I get it. That's probably statistically more so than the other.
Yeah.
But people forget that dudes also require some type of, help when it comes to this stuff too. And it happens. It's the same thing when dudes get sexually assaulted by women. It happens. People don't want to say it happens, but it happens. And nothing's impossible in the world we live in. And this was caught on tape by her own fucking doing. She did this to herself. Isn't that funny?
Well, I feel like she probably, in her mind, thought even smacking him in the face in front of all of them
Acceptable.
that it was acceptable.
That's a fucking weird way to think.
Correct. Like, because I would be immediately worried about, even if it wasn't the majority, I would be worried about losing any followers over that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I guarantee over the course of the relationship, she did a fuck ton worse behind the scenes.
probably, or even for her viewers, maybe that's one of the many things that fueled her shit behavior.
People were donating to her and shit. Even the woman that was apparently on the phone with her, Sarah, the one that he cheated on her with, was donating.
Well, that was
pity money. That was pity money. Poppy likes it. And then she's like, $5 here, bitch. You need this more than I do. Get the fuck out of here.
That to me was just more of a fantastically petty move.
Yeah, it was a petty move.
And I lived for that moment for her because I mean, the woman wasn't letting her speak either. She was just basically degrading her.
Yeah, 100%.
And you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, first of all, why do you have to send me back my own nudes?
Right, like what is that?
That part's fucking weird.
I guarantee you, this crazy bitch here she probably leaked this woman's nudes.
That's what I'm saying. Well,
not only the phone number, forget the phone number. I sure as shit guarantee she leaked her nudes.
Oh, if I was the other woman, I would have been suing her on both hands for both.
Yeah, that's harassment.
Yeah.
Isn't that? I know it's against the law here in New York, but I wonder where else too.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know, but you would think that there would be laws against not being able to fucking put people's personal information up without their fucking permission.
You see it all the time with like, oh, this person posted this, and then they dox them with the address, they dox them with the phone number, and then all of a sudden you see, oh, that's the wrong person.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. I've seen the episodes where, like, a man was murdered.
Yeah.
By police.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
By the fucking wrong address. And what kind of idiot believes that somebody who's harassing you online is going to give you their real address?
Yeah, right.
That's fucking stupid.
No, nobody's going to do that.
And then number two, that whole situation right down to the way that the cops handled it, because basically, since they were still trying to figure out what was going on, the guy was like bleeding out on the floor. The whole family's like watching him bleed out the floor. And they're all like looking for some kidnapped woman.
Which didn't exist.
And it wasn't even you know what I mean? Like I think the dude was visiting. I don't even think he lived there. I think it was the parents' house and the niece, like a niece lived there because she was traumatized for fucking. She's like, I still had PTSD watching him bleed out on the fucking floor. Like they were just hanging out for the evening. And that was the address that was given.
Yeah, we talked about that when we were talking about swatting.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Even King Cobra got swatted. And that's the thing, like,
is bullshit.
It's not a fucking...
No, do not. Like, you're wasting precious time and energy and money to be used on somebody who's actually fucking having an emergency.
Yeah, and then on top of that, somebody could end up dead.
Right. Because nobody knows what's going the fuck on.
The police don't know what's going on. And the people that you're doing this to have no clue what's happening either.
No.
Could you imagine? You get, like... You answer the door thinking, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, and there's already fucking flashlights in your face, and before you could even like think about it, you're holding your cell phone and they think gun and shoot you because they got a new rookie who's fucking scared.
Yeah, exactly. You have a phone in your hand.
Yeah,
because we all have phone in our hands. Like sometimes you're just carrying it around
because you already had it. Yeah,
and all they see is a black object in your hand. Oh, gun, shot, dead. Yeah, it's over. And then people
fucking you're pulling a Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Or, not a Ted
Bundy.
Sorry. If you're pulling a Ted Bundy, you should be shot. if you're pulling a Al Bundy, you should not be shot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you just have your hands in your boxers.
Yeah.
You're fucking confused because you just woke up from sleeping on the couch. Celine Dion's in the background. And fucking all of a sudden you're shot because
Jesus Christ.
You know, like you're just like, what?
Right.
That's some fucking crazy ass shit.
They need to do something. I don't know what they could even do at this point, but there needs to be some type of fucking, I don't know.
Well, and then her getting out. What if she had gotten out and there was a person with the right to conceal and they just auto-believed her? You're right.
Well, then they'd be charged. That's just cold-blooded murder. But But that's
On
not
both
the
of
point.
them.
Yeah, well, that's just it. Like, think about that for a moment. But yeah, well, domestic violence is one of those things where if you get involved, it's probably not a good idea. And this is why police actually say it's one of the worst calls they get, and why they need backup is because domestic disputes or violence or anything like that, if you get involved, it could really end up in a very bad way. And you've heard, I'm sure everyone's heard stories where if you're out in public and you watch a guy start hitting his girlfriend or whatever, and you step in and you start saying, "Hey man, what the fuck are you doing?" And then you get, physical with him, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, she's jumping on you, beating your ass, and now that's a double team against you. Like, that's what ends up happening, because the person that's being abused still has an attachment to that person, somehow makes it justified in their head that they deserved it, but they're like, "Oh my God, you're attacking my significant other," and then they attack you, and then you're finding yourself probably shanked. It's just not a good situation. And that's the thing, like, dude, I would venture to say that, yes, you want to step in. You feel like you want to step in, and I get it. But the best thing to do is just call 911. Like, yeah, you want to get physically involved, but the smartest, most logical thing to do is just not getting physically involved. Mm-hmm. Because ultimately, that's most likely what could happen. You could end up dead. I mean, God knows, she could end up stabbing you while you're beating his ass, or vice versa. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just the best thing to do is just call 911. You see something, say something. Like, dude, I wouldn't recommend getting involved in something like that. But domestics are fucking. It's hot. It's heated. You just don't know what you're stepping into. I mean, that's why police need backup, because that's what ends up happening. Because if they go by themselves, it's a deadly situation. You don't know what the fuck's going to happen. She'll go grab a gun in the other room while you're talking to this guy, and then boom, blasted. And she's the one that was getting beat up by the guy she's defending. Crazy world out there. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, it sucks. It's the world we live in, though. But yeah, this particular video, though, shows that it most definitely could happen and does happen on the other way around. And this woman obviously felt like she was okay to do so because she did the things she did on camera, and even with police around, she had no fucking quarrels about doing the things that she did.
She was super spiked. Like I said, she was very like, "How dare this have happened?" And
yeah.
And that's why she had said to the cop, like when the cop was like, "You can't hit somebody," and she's like, "Well, like, haven't you ever been cheated on for tons of years?"
Like, she's justifying.
Does that still justify getting physical? No. Do you want? Can you sit there and verbally like annihilate them? Sure. Like I said, leave him there to walk.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other ways to handle it.
You don't just beat his ass.
Yeah, you don't need to give him a ride home and beat his ass on fucking live.
Right.
What the fuck?
I wonder what streaming service she used.
Like, as mad as you want to be, I can't believe that she was on. Like, she spent the time to mindfully adjust that fucking shit. And and if you know that like. Other people might not know what you are capable of when you are angry, but you yourself know what you're capable of when you're angry. And if I myself knew that I was known to, like, even backhand your head, I would not be recording.
You would turn that shit off.
It wouldn't have been on at all. It would have ended on the angrily walk to the car or whatever. But like, she was already getting ready to swing. At that point, you get yelled at on camera. At that point, by a cop, and let's go and record ourselves smacking him dead center in the face.
Yeah,
sweet. You have all the brains. All the brains.
All the brains. All I'm gonna say is this to end this particular topic: if you, man or woman, are being abused, get the fuck out of that relationship. I understand that it's easier said than done, but just get the fuck out. There's no reason to stay. Ultimately, people have died because they stayed. And there's no reason to sit there and just intake this abuse, verbally or physically. Just get out of it. It's not going to get any better. You can sit there and try to justify it all you want and say, oh, they'll change. They'll change. They're never going to change. This is never going to change. It will always remain the same. They will never give up their habits and characteristics of who their personality is. They're just never going to give this up. They will continue to beat you. They will continue to do things worse. And then the next thing you know, you're going to wake up dead one day because, quite frankly, they're not going to stop. And it could very much escalate to a point where you ain't going to wake up. Like I said, you wake up dead. Which, how do you do that? I don't know. But I'm just saying, get the fuck out of there. There's no reason to stay. I'm glad this guy got out of there. I would hope he learned his lesson. I don't know. A year later, you never know what happens. People, yeah. I've heard stories where people go back to people.
Or they find somebody
just as bad, if not worse. Mm-hmm. Which is weird. But yeah, that's definitely happened. It's fucked up. And I will say this. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show before or not. But a few years back, there was an email that I, again, didn't bring up on the show. This included photos and everything else in between. So I was with this girl from high school. We were together for 9 years. And we had gone our separate ways in 2016. Somebody a few years ago, I think it was like 2021, maybe 2020, 2020. It was like 3-4 years ago. I don't remember. They had sent an email with Facebook posts and pictures of my ex. Apparently, she had gotten the guy that she was with at the time had assaulted her and did some horrific things. And there was like a description of what had happened to her. I obviously didn't put it on the show or anything like that. I didn't think it was appropriate. Like, I think somebody who knew us at the time, like, they wanted to stir something up, which I didn't make anything of it. Her and I talked eventually because we were at a celebration of a life of a mutual friend and all that, and we had talked, and I had told her that somebody had sent this email to us and what was involved and what was included in this. But going back to the email when it happened, I had showed everybody, hey, look, this is what I got. Like, dude, why would somebody send this shit to me? Now, mind you, at this point in time, again, we haven't been together since 2016. Mm-hmm. And now fast forward to like 2021 or whatever. Yeah.
So that's a sizable time.
Yeah.
Lapse.
So why would somebody send that to me? Right. But just seeing that, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with people? Why do people got to fucking do that dumb shit? Apparently, like, I don't know. It's just the photos were horrific. Like, it was something you don't want to see. And ultimately, though, going back to what I just said moments before, if you're getting abused, which I'm glad that she got out of that situation, get the fuck out. There's nothing you can do to fix it. There's nothing you can do to change them. They'll never change. Especially if they're taking substances that make them even worse than they already are. And I don't want to hear that as an excuse. Oh, he got drunk or he got this or whatever. Fuck that noise.
Nope.
Doesn't matter. Don't care. Get rid of them. Get out of there. Ultimately, because eventually, like I said, you could end up dead.
Yeah.
It's happened.
Yeah. Even if it takes years.
Oh, yeah. I get it. Stockholm Syndrome. You hear that all the time. It's like, no, I don't want to hear that. Like, you got to figure out something.
Oh, they might be capable of this, but not that. Well, at one point, they weren't capable of what they ended up doing.
Right.
So you can't ever say never say never. You can't.
They weren't punching you on the first date, right? You didn't think they were capable of doing that.
No.
It just evolves into something worse every time. And you don't know what you're gambling with your life. Mm-hmm. Forget everything else. You're gambling with your fucking life. There was an incident where there was these kids. There was this kid and his girlfriend. I forget how long ago this was, but I did watch. I don't even know if I brought this on the show, but I did watch a video where the cops went to the mother's house of this one guy, this one kid. I don't know. I think he was like 16, 17 years old. And they went to his house and all that, and they were asking her questions. And ultimately what had happened is this kid's girlfriend was, in the middle of the night, driving them around. It was him and his friend and her in a car. And she purposely, like I had mentioned earlier before, drove this car at an egregious amount of fucking speed into a building, killed both of them, but survived it. And now she wants to cry in court and all that shit. I forget what their names were. I don't remember. I have to go back and look at that case.
I also kind of remember this case.
You
Yep.
do?
Yep.
It wasn't that long ago. It was
No.
like within the last few years.
Yep.
And I think she was like, what, 16 at the time, 17?
Yeah, they weren't that old.
No, they were
They
fucking
were high schoolers.
Yeah, they were just teenagers.
Yep.
And and that's why I said, like, she's dancing around, like she's making a joke of this shit. And that's when I initially saw this video, I'm like, thinking about that, like, dude, that could happen to this guy. And think about that. Think about the fear that these kids went through when this chick threw this car and fucking just gunned it towards a building. And there's footage of the fucking car from a security camera that I watched. You could just see it. Like, it was horrible. The sound of the impact, everything. Horrific. And just
Well, and so neither of them deserve, like nobody deserves it.
no.
But on top of it, like you're not even just taking out the boyfriend you're mad at, but a friend in the back seat.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with
You know what I mean? All just because of opportunity and in the moment and being mad after partying all night together. Because it was early morning hours.
it. It was.
Yep.
It was. And so the cops went and they asked them other questions like, okay, how long has it been since you seen him, which was earlier than that day, and who was he with? And they had said something along the lines of, yeah, they were talking about the girlfriend, and she was like, okay, oh great. Well, she had a demeanor about her that didn't really care for this girlfriend. So it tells me that this girlfriend was a problem to begin with.
Yeah. Well, and then her behavior when she healed was disgusting.
Oh God, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't even think she was fully healed. She wasn't fully healed, and she was like going out for Halloween or something like that. Like she immediately posted pictures with her friends.
Yeah, it was some
And
crazy
it's
shit like that.
And I'm sorry, but if your love of your life just died along with a good friend of yours,
Yeah.
and you feel responsible for it, and like actually like there's no way mentally she would have been in any position if she was if you accidentally, I couldn't imagine somebody who accidentally does that.
Yeah.
Like,
that's bad. in
Like
itself.
emotionally and mentally, to think that some stupid, silly mistake you guys, you guys are laughing, you're going along, and all of a sudden something accidentally happens and your boyfriend and like one of your besties dies.
Yeah.
Ain't no way you're fucking giggling it up on fucking TikTok.
No.
No fucking way. You know what I mean? So that just tells you the empathy level was
Gone.
it was more about her getting attention.
Well, that was it. She was crying in court and all that stuff because obviously she's going through the trials and she knows her life is fucked. But I guarantee when she had it going through her head when she was initially doing the act of driving this car into the building, she was probably thinking, I'm going to fucking do this.
Well, I don't know impulsively as a teenager, I'm not sure if she fully thought about I'm sure she's probably passionately in the moment, like, all or nothing, but I don't know if she was really thinking about that. But after, to milk it and then just immediately go into, you know what I mean? Like, that was definitely self-protection. But she might have thought, oh, if I, you know what I mean? Like it's going to crash the car, but we'll all be okay, and he'll have a broken arm, and, you know what I mean? Like, that's probably what an idiot teenager... You know what I mean? Either that or she was definitely like, we're all going to die right now.
That might be what she thought. Because she was going over 100-something miles per hour in that car.
Well, and I feel like they had been partying all night. Who knows what she was on?
Oh, that's true, too. We don't know the substances that they could have been on. I don't know. It could be a mixture of anything.
Even
but
just drinking too much and sleep deprivation.
Yeah, well, all of it.
I mean, that already would make you, if you're passionate and you're angry, you're like, Mah.
Yeah.
My ex... jumped from, it wasn't going fast because I could already see he was being dramatic, but he once was so drunk and he was arguing with me even though I was on his side. And he had mentally, his drunk brain had decided that I wasn't on his side, and I kept trying to tell him that I was upset at the other person, not him, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he literally opened the door and fucking, jumped into a snowbank and went down an embankment like a fucking idiot.
What?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
drama queen of the century.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I mean, like, people do that shit without properly thinking.
Yeah, they don't think anything through.
But that's still manipulative and fucking psycho.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing.
You should feel guilty.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been hiding. Even, like, you know what I mean? Like, even if in the moment, like, I would have had guilt, remorse, you know, like because I didn't die and that had been my plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd be hiding.
Watching that mother's reaction on the police body cam was heartbreaking. And, like, obviously she was in denial and all that stuff, but when they broke the news to her, it was fucking awful. And you feel guilty for even watching it. You're like, man, I don't want to see somebody's, like, worst moment of their life just come in to crash down on you like that. Because, you know, a parent losing their child like that.
I'd throw up.
Oh, yeah. It was fucking horrible. And I was watching it, and I was reading through the comments and stuff, and yeah, that was the whole thing was a bad situation. It's fucking horrible. Horrific. But even at such a young age, you make stupid decisions like that. There's accountability to be had, and she's getting the fucking she's having it crash down on her right now.
Well, I mean, like I said, it doesn't matter what your original intent is or how stupid you are as a teenager.
Yeah.
The reaction afterwards is alarming.
It is.
You know what I mean? Because there should have been either a, wow, I didn't realize it was going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, like there was plenty of other more healthy, even still guilty reactions than that.
Yeah, 100%.
TikTok
Annalise
dances.
yeah, TikTok. Jesus. Annalise says, M-Balm, Andrea, I missed y'all. We miss you too, Annalise. Hopefully you're doing okay. I hope everyone's doing all right. Another Saturday night with the M-Balm Effect crew, live in studio. We're discussing a lot of things tonight. Actually, you know, we're discussing a lot of, like, you know, just bad decisions and abusive relationships and all that. And I think that it's important to talk about because, God forbid, any of you are out there right now in a relationship or in a certain circumstance like that. Hopefully, it makes you think about your situation and hopefully you get the help you need, because I think everybody's had a relationship that didn't go the best, but obviously some people have had it worse than others, and just watching people get abused verbally and physically just doesn't sit well with me, especially when, you know, they stay with them and it just gets continuously worse. I think we know somebody, at least in our personal life, if not ourselves, that has gone through something like that. 100%. So, Annalise says, what's up? That's what's most definitely what's up. That's what's up. That's what we're doing. So, but yeah, just that scenario though with the kids in the car crash and all that shit, dude. The fucking video, again, the sound of the impact was just, and just think that those poor kids' parents had to listen to that and watch that, as they know that their children were in that fucking car, and ultimately met their demise that way. Fucking sickening.
All because a girl was unhappy with a relationship.
And she's thinking this.
Which, by the way, I mean, like, I know everybody always thinks that, you know, like, it's easy to say to a teenager, you do understand that the likelihood of this being the one and only for the rest of your life is pretty small.
Oh, God, yeah.
But it doesn't matter. In that time, I can, like, man, the person that I was in love with back when I was in that age bracket, like, I look back at it, I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't even understand. I don't understand. But I can remember, like, sobbing over this kid for, like, hours.
Yeah.
But, like, now, no thank you. No thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, 100%.
But, you know, and so it's such, I think that makes it even, it almost adds another layer of sad to it, because it's like, oh, honey, if you had just sat back and gotten a little bit more stable about the situation and had just dealt with it in a more healthy fashion, you would have realized that he wasn't the end all be all, and you would have met somebody else, and that would have made you forget about him.
Yeah.
And he would have met somebody else, and people wouldn't have lost their children
That's what I mean. Like, ultimately, that's just it too. Like,
and she's never gonna, live that. You know what I mean? Like, what's her life like now?
not good. Not good. Annalise says, I never had a relationship. I think authentic relationships are dead.
It's becoming more difficult. That's for sure.
I won't say they're dead. I'll just say the probability of a relationship lasting these days is a lot lower than it used to be. And a lot of that has to do with social media too.
Oh, instant gratification and like just automatically thinking because there's all these other things out there that it's like the grass is greener.
It's not.
When it's like you're looking at it in 2D, bro. It's not exactly what it is.
Like, oh, look at this Instagram couple. They have everything I ever wanted.
Yeah.
They think it's real. It's not. There's a podcast out there that there's a husband. God, what the hell's it called?
Dude, you know how many of those have fucking crumbled behind the scenes? Holy shit.
Let me just double check what it's
like
called.
The one woman, like everybody like followed this one woman. I can't remember what her name was, but they like followed her like she was like the parenting guru of all parenting gurus, and she's like starving her kids to death with some woman in the fucking Arizona desert.
Yeah. You ever see let me see if I can get this up real quick.
You know what I mean? Like,
you ever see this podcast before?
I have.
To Be Better podcast?
Yes, I have watched some clips.
So I've watched a couple clips. I've actually watched a few of them. Not a couple, but I've seen like the highlight clips. And then I was like, they have some good advice. And then I did a little bit of a deep dive. Now, I don't know how much of this is true or not, but some people behind, like, I hate to even mention it, but Reddit, I've seen people on there just kind of like talking shit about like the guy and the woman. I don't remember. I think her name's Peach or Peaches. I forget his name, but like, I was seeing some things about, they take you on these getaways or whatever, these couple retreats and all that, and they pretend to be, I don't know. They're basically saying that they're frauds and that the guy is abusive towards Peaches and shit. And there's a couple videos that I've watched where the comments were like, "Oh my god, did you see the way she reacted? The way he he asked a question or said like a statement and all that stuff." And I'm like, I don't know these people from a hole in the wall. I'm not going to sit here and judge that, but it is kind of peculiar that people would be pointing this out. And I don't know. I don't know these people, and I'm not going to sit here and judge them and say that anything that people are saying about them is true or not. But it does make you think.
Well, so what I've seen is there's either one of two things, so some people like myself, because I couldn't see myself being in a more old-fashioned traditional relationship. So I feel like some people probably auto-assume that there's something going on behind closed doors because back in the 50s that was kind of how it was. Like, I love my husband. Here's his casserole. And fucking put a little more powder on my eyes so you can't tell that he punched it earlier.
And a little powder in my nose.
Right, but there are also, you know what I mean? Like, it is mind-blowing to believe it, but there are also women out there who want to live that role.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a 50-50 shot, but I have watched it, and I've watched a few interactions between the two of them, and I definitely know that I couldn't be in a relationship with him.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people are like pointing out that like she's like 30 years old and he's a lot older than her, and this, that, and the other.
I mean, I can't talk on that.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, but I don't even think that's a bad thing. But I think a lot of people are like, oh, well, he cheated on his ex-wife with this woman and this, that, which I don't think is true. I think somebody had also debunked that. But, like, there's always somebody out there saying something.
Yeah, of course.
And, I just see them do their thing on their podcast. Like, I don't know these people. And maybe there's something going behind the scenes. I'm sure people think the same thing here. Like, oh, God, these people are held against their will in the basement.
That's right.
Which somebody had made.
Right.
Which somebody.
Help me.
Believe it or not, that inside joke became something off of a TikTok highlight clip that we had posted. Somebody's like, "Oh, they look like they're held hostage in that basement or something like that." And I'm like, "That's a good inside joke." They're not gonna be able to make that inside joke anymore when we move. It's gonna suck. No. But Wheels of Life says young women rather scroll Instagram than have a conversation. Look, and look, I don't know. I don't date 21-year-olds. I'm married, so my wife's going to be 31 this month, and actually a few days, actually 2 days, and so I don't know what the 20-year-olds are doing these days, other than TikTok dances and God knows.
So
what
I
else.
can say at least a few years ago. So when Dylan and I were talking, he said that in the late 20, early 30 age bracket, he kept coming across too much like it was either like overly casual, you know what I mean? Like they like really did there was like no wanting to be just one-on-one, you know what I mean? Like a very casual hookup thing, which I feel like he wasn't looking for.
Yeah.
Or they had a lot of things that you needed to have checked off on your list, but didn't plan on having that same kind of reciprocation.
Yeah.
So like they expected you to have all these things on your plate, but you know, like they didn't have to have any kind of thing on their plate. If that, I don't know how to explain it. Like you have to be caring and considerate and kind and always call me every 5 minutes and you know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? But and quit playing all of your favorite hobbies.
Yeah, forget the hobbies.
Yeah,
Gone. No more hobbies.
And so he that was his complaint. And my problem is that, I mean, I'm sure, because I like even like Matt, who was here the other week, I'm sure many of men in my age bracket would roll their eyes at this. But I came across 95% of the men that were on the dating websites were looking for basically a fucking mom wife.
What?
Yeah, they're all want somebody. I'm just looking for somebody to take care of me and you know, be, you know, like, and it was like that's not. I'm sorry, I'm not a coddler. So you're not barking up the right tree. I need somebody who, like, we're even Steven down the middle. If you get home first, you make dinner. If I get home first, I make fucking dinner. I'm not working a full-time job and making dinner and ironing your fucking clothes and making sure that, you know what I mean? Like, that's not, you're a grown-ass man. Like, do your fucking half.
So...
And it was really weird at the amount of men in my age bracket were just like, I just need somebody to be sensitive and take care of me. And I'm like...
not independent at all.
Well, I actually had one dude be like, tell me how to talk to you. If you have to ask me, we must not have a lot in common. You shouldn't just be looking at my picture. You should be reading my little synopsis because I told you what I like in there.
Yeah.
And if I told you in there, I don't want to go see country rock shows, don't, and you know what I mean? And if you're too political, don't bother talking to me.
Yeah.
Don't show up and be like, I'm an ultra... left or right, and I love fucking Kenny Chesney. I'm not fucking dating you. We don't have anything in common. But they would immediately be right up in your DMs like, how do I talk to you?
Yeah.
How do we, you know what I mean? Like, or, you know, like, blessings. Get out of here.
Wheels of Life says, that's totally me. My lady is my mom wife. Coddle me. Hey, look, if it works for you and your wife, that's not a problem. I don't want to sit here and judge.
Right. No. There are women out there
that's
who
fine.
I'm sure fit into that category. My problem is that I'm more like my mother. We're stoic. We want you to be able, like, I do unsolicited coddling, but my coddling is different. Like, I know you like a certain sandwich meat, so I make sure it's there, but I'm not making your sandwich. Does that make sense?
100%.
And so which is why I feel like I just worked well with somebody younger.
I've heard stories.
And he's an old soul. You know what I mean? Like, he needed somebody who doesn't care that he wants to go to bed at 9:30.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't give a shit as long as you don't care that you can go to game and go to bed at 9:30. I'm going to probably go over to my friend's house and do whatever. And he's like, bye. I'm like, bye.
Yeah, there's people out there that, like, want to hold you hostage almost.
Holy shit.
Been
you gotta
there.
both have things you do together and things you don't do together.
Yeah, you got to have your time. You got to have your time away.
Like, at least one buddy.
Yeah.
At least one.
And so, you know, I've also heard stories where there's dudes out there that basically their wife dresses them they pick out their clothes every morning and they lay them out every morning. I've heard this. And I'm like thinking to myself, I couldn't imagine that. I could never imagine somebody just choosing what I'm going to wear that day. I choose whatever the fuck I want, when I want.
The closest I've come to doing something similar to that which I learned from a fellow military wife, was any military people out there paying attention, if you ever notice that when you go out on a deployment and you come back and 4 of your shirts are missing, that's when we got rid of what we thought was the most ugly.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, here's some new stuff for Christmas. But I always try to stay in a category where you like it, but I also am not ashamed to be in public with you.
Exactly. Yeah, you know.
My ex used to wear stuff he got from Chester's in the city. So they would be like matching shorts with button-up shirts with like Chinese dragons and mesh.
Yeah.
And he would wear a tank top underneath the mesh button-up that matched the dragon
Did it
colors.
have flames on it?
Of fucking course.
Of course it had flames on it.
Of course. Why would it not? Why would it not? And so those shirts immediately disappeared.
Where'd they
he
go?
went on his first tour to Iraq. And then when he came back, I was like, oh, I guess we got to go out and buy you all new stuff.
And they were all dragons with flames on them.
No, thankfully the PX didn't have that, so he just bought a lot of South Pole, which
okay.
I could be seen with him in public in South Pole.
South Pole was the shit back in
It
the
was.
2000s. I remember
It
having
was.
some South Pole. I think I still have some laying around
It
somewhere.
fucking was. So I was just like, let's just buy you a lot of South Pole.
Yeah, South
Anything
Pole.
better than those Chester, Checkers. I don't know. It was right next to the cashing out place. You always
Okay.
thought you were going to get mugged out front. You could
Okay.
get a velour suit while you were in there. I had a velour, what was it, sweatpants with a zip up with New York written across it.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I think I've seen those. So, Will says, that sounds good on paper, but when my lady goes out with friends, then things don't get done at home.
Oh.
Hey, listen, you know what? Look, like I said, if your relationship works out for you and you're both happy, that's all that matters.
Yeah, for sure.
You
That's
know?
yeah.
That's all that matters. But there's
Yeah,
people
because
out
he's
there
an
that
old
just
soul and I'm a young soul, so that's why.
yeah.
That's the reason why we worked, because in our own brackets, he was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but I don't like none of this. And I was like, me neither. And so that's where we ended up.
Yeah. Missy says, all right, guys, need to get rid of a headache. Well, hopefully you feel better.
Yes.
She says, but dating sites are a joke that want everything done for them. Screw that. Nope. Stay alone. Free from any of that shit. Stay safe. Listen, that's how Kat and I met, was through POF.
Well, see, now your experience is way better than what mine was on there. I had to get off there. It was such a complete fucking nightmare. But my brother also met his wife on, I don't know which one it was, but I feel like they paid for a higher level, something like an eHarmony or one of those levels, so my brother and his wife met through that. My problem with Plenty of Fish is half the dudes, because I feel like you should be putting in your hobbies. I want you to know right away that if you come into my house, there's going to be goth shit everywhere and that I do FX makeup.
Yeah, you want to know what's going on in that house. You want to know, okay, look, I like bowling, I like hiking, I like subduing guys that are doing crimes and killing them in my basement.
Dudes hold up their fish. I put up a picture of me either in my clown outfit or something else immediately. You're gonna fuck me in that clown outfit? Nope. Next.
Yeah.
But there's the first guy that I was like, he was a complainer. He was quite the complainer, but I was like, can I really talk? I'm a complainer.
Yeah.
So we were talking. He's the first person ever through these sites that I was like, I'm gonna give him my actual phone number instead of give my phone number. Within fucking 6 hours, he was asking to sleep on my couch.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, I can't be on this guy. Between the solicitation for will you wear the clown shoes to a dude, the first dude I give my phone number to, he needs to sleep on my couch within 6 hours of me finally giving the phone. And then he was like, I don't understand why you're making a big deal about this. Yeah. I don't even know your middle name, and you think I'm just going to let you come stay on my couch?
It's a little weird, right?
I got right off of Plenty of Fish.
Yeah. So there's somebody I know that's on it now, and he's had issues with his relationship or whatever, but he's on it and says that a lot of these dating sites now require, like, I guess a subscription. You have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Pay to play, basically. Like,
because it makes you more serious, probably, because people were probably on there dicking around.
Oh, I'm sure they were literally
scamming.
dicking around.
But I can tell you right now, my crackhead ex used Bumble to find lonely women to scam.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There was one that would call me crying all the time, and I'm like, he's a crackhead. I can't even find him to divorce him. Stop letting him in your house. She's like, he squatted. She had to like literally go through the process of like having him like evicted properly because he would not squatting on her. What? Yeah, because she made them like he's like cry story. She got him in. She let him into the house, and then she helped him get his driver's license and let him put her fucking address on there.
Get out!
You
of here.
idiot! She's like, he's robbing me every day. Why would you have done that? I had already and by the time she had done this was like a year into having met him, and she'd already found me, and I had already fully told her, like, this man has stolen from his daughter's own piggy bank.
Jesus Christ.
She saved up money to go see a boy band when she was in the 8th fucking grade. She had $90. She stole 60 of it. Made it seem like he basically was like, you must have lost it. Like, she was sobbing.
Yeah.
I went on social media, was pissed, and basically all of his aunts felt bad and paid back what he had stolen, so she could go to Boston to see Why Don't We, I think was the band's name. But yeah, so I'm like, I literally told this woman what he was capable of. I was like, like, do not help him too much. Yeah. And the next thing you know, she's crying to him and to me and his sister. He's squatting here. That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I can understand to a point that you want to take it more seriously, you probably have to pay to play. Because artificial intelligence is going to make it even worse.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine calling somebody now and all they have is like this thing that makes them sound like somebody different? You don't even know if it's a dude or a woman. And like
video, can you do it in video now? Where
oh God,
you enough?
Oh yeah. So I think we talked about it. Like the deep fakes now. There's dudes on OnlyFans that are posing as women and like on webcam, and you would look at it and go, "Oh my God, that's a chick." But really, it's a dude like doing some crazy shit. And you're like,
well, I'm sure even like you can be like Crater Face or whatever, and just fucking as long as you don't do any fast movements, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you can make yourself look 20 times hotter than you normally are.
I don't know, man. It is a sketchy game now to do anything online. My, I guess, recommendation is you can't even do webcam anymore.
No. You just got to be beyond cautious.
Yeah, because you used to be like, oh, dude, just go on webcam. Now that's like I said, deep fakes are out there. I don't know. I think the best thing you could do at this point is just fucking meet up. And even then, that's sketch because you don't know if they're going to fucking rob you or... It could be like that movie Sex Drive where you drive all the way to go meet somebody and then they fucking rob you and rob your car. And
so here's what I find crazy. So, like, if I was back on dating sites again... in this day and age, if I'm going to do the meet thing, I would want to meet at some place like a coffee shop. You know what I mean? Super public.
Somewhere public.
It can be a short range. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have to fully commit to a full fucking dinner and sit through it and all this other shit. But you would be surprised at how many women I have seen snub the like. He's only going to take me for coffee? Fuck that motherfucker. Yeah. Are you not thinking this through? This has nothing to do with their capability of fucking whining and dining you. Yeah. How about you find out whether or not they're Dexter first?
Right. Do you get some ketamine in the neck? Or
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I get it. You might think that they're not a scrub and then they turn out to be a scrub. Yeah. But it's still, I would rather go on 4 coffee dates and learn that.
And wake up in plastic wrap and on the table.
Then wake up and, right, well, rather than immediately expect a steak dinner and then end up in plastic wrap on somebody's table. Yeah. Because you expected to be wined and dined specifically, so, you know what I mean? He takes you to some obscure spot and roofies you.
And look what you've done. And he's got pictures of all the things you've done in your life.
Exactly. So I don't understand why they snub that idea, because to me, a coffee shop date is the safest, most practical way to start talking to somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
A busy fucking coffee shop.
It's inexpensive.
Not drinks, not booze, not fucking long dinners. No. You know what I mean? Like, no.
Inexpensive, and it's quick enough to get to know each other. You have a talk conversation.
Right. And if you like the conversation, you can walk to dinner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, right across the street. Like, make sure you're
in
the corner to fucking... the bistro.
Yeah, it's done. It's just quick walk there. Will says, yeah, I know a guy. His sister owns a donut shop. She hired her own daughter and son as cashiers, and they've both been stealing from the registers. Wow. That's like a fucked up kind of situation. You trust them enough to run the registers, and they're just fucking stealing from you? Well, I'm not going to lie. I mean, you just don't know who the fuck's going to do what. Especially with dating, though. I mean, just like you said, you just don't know if they're going to be Dexter and they're going to fucking have a needle in your neck or what. Wake up in plastic wrap, steal your registers, all that shit. Hide the remote to the TV. It's pretty sick shit. Just don't know what's going to happen.
And quite frankly, it's sad to say this, but the more like publicly loved, you wouldn't think it was them kind of person, it often ends up being exactly the worst, the most heinous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like half of these documentaries you watch of true crime, you know what I mean? Like the dude was a saint up until he wasn't.
Right. And then, he was a quiet, really reserved individual.
Always involved in the church or the local government, or, you know what I mean? Like old ladies trusted him to walk, and you know what I mean? And then in the meantime, he's fucking beheading grifters or whatever.
Look at the Trinity killer in Dexter. I mean, that could be real life shit. Have a family, look like, charity work, church, blah, blah, blah. And little do you know, he's out there fucking doing some heinous shit.
Gacy.
Yeah, look at him.
Gacy was fucking, he was like basically fucking mayor.
Oh, yeah.
He was
100%.
like, everybody loved it. Like, nobody ever remembers that part of him.
No.
Everybody's like, clown, clown, clown. No, that motherfucker literally, like, key to the city, loved by everybody. And he is murdering people and putting them under his foundation. Yeah. And inviting cops into the house like a cocky fuck.
Right, like it's no big deal. Like, he's doing all this crazy shit.
How's the investigation going?
Right.
That's usually... Red flag, red flag.
How's that investigation going? Yeah, that's not good. Mm-hmm. Not good at all. Mm-hmm. Speaking of police, have you ever been pulled over and you're just like, oh God, why? And something really crazy is going on in the car. Like, I don't know, you just don't know what's gonna happen.
So last year, I got pulled over on my way home from the haunt.
Oh.
And I wasn't fully unmakeuped, but I didn't have my full makeup on either.
Yeah.
So it was like this mishmash of half my face, half smeared fake blood, and other weird bullshit. And I got pulled over for one headlight out.
Oh, dude.
Like the whole time, like waiting. I'm waiting for him to let me explain myself. And I'm like, I assure you, sir, this is not. However, I don't even know what the fuck it looks like to you. But I know that unless you're familiar with how these things work.
Right.
God only knows what you thought was going on with me. Like,
yes, I am John Wayne Gacy. Trust me, I didn't do anything wrong, Link.
Literally did not just finish burying somebody out in the park.
Right. So this woman gets pulled over by police, and horrible timing. Oh. Not because she didn't have makeup on or anything like that, but because she was naked from the waist down. She had no pants on.
But why?
Exactly. Well, this is the interaction that happened with this. Just take a look.
All right, the reason you're getting stopped is you're all over the road. You got a call about you, about reckless driving. Pants or something that you can put on. Oh, pull that down. All right.
Okay.
I didn't ask you to do that. All right.
Okay.
All right, you just got to follow directions.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, move your hair out of your face. All right, you're going to stand just like that?
Yes, sir.
Hands out on your side.
Side.
All right. Good. All right. Do you have any head injuries?
Nope.
Do you have any medical issues?
Nope. What did I do?
You slipped your cuffs. That's what you did. You know what escape is?
No, did I just take
Listen,
me home?
no.
Take me home.
All right, listen.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Listen, I'm giving you more.
Oh, so yeah, that's just a bad situation all around for both of them. I mean, obviously she had to step out of the car with no pants on, and then, God forbid, I mean, luckily he's got a camera on, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, if he did anything or made a sudden movement, he would have been ultimately told, hey, look, he did something inappropriate, and then he would have been blasted.
Yep.
But you just look at that and you go, God damn, what? So she was obviously driving erratically, and he pulled her over for being all over the road. She must have been intoxicated, right?
So you wonder, and where was she go? Well, so I feel like if you're either you're either too inebriated or on drugs to understand that you're wearing pants.
Right.
You're not wearing pants. Or she has this unfortunate situation where like she was going to pick somebody up and was like, do I really need to throw my shit on?
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I just got to go grab, you know, Bob up the road.
Yeah.
You know what
Mr.
I mean? But she shouldn't have been driving in the, you know what I mean? Like booty call. You know,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, do I really need to throw on pants? I'm going 3 minutes up the road and then you get fucking pulled over.
That's the worst decisions anybody could make, right?
Yeah.
You just throw them fuckers on.
Well, first of all, my mom's always been that paranoid, like, what if you get in an accident kind of person. So even if, you know, it was a warm night, you're in a hurry, bring them with you in the car. What happens if your car breaks down?
Yeah.
You
Right.
need pants to walk away if
Yeah.
you gotta walk away, which is why I always tell my kids in the winter, they come out in their fucking hoodie, I'm like, at least put a jacket in the trunk.
Oh
If we get, you know what I mean? Like, if you get stranded on the side of the road, you want to be at least semi-warm. Like, I get it. It's not cool to wear a fucking winter jacket, but
Hoodies are not going to...
fucking hypothermia isn't cool either.
Yeah.
Not having a pinky because it fucking went black isn't cool either. Like, frostbite.
In this woman's case, not having a labia wouldn't be cool either if it was wintertime and she was out there with no pants.
Unless it's disappearing. Did you know I supposedly like the folds disappear when you get age.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. What? Yeah. I'm like, they disappear the older you get. Where do your flaps go?
Where did this information come from?
The intranets.
Oh, the interwebs. the
interwebs.
chromomiums.
Actually, so I'm part of a few the pre-menopause stage / menopause stage, like, so we can all crack jokes over our hot flashes and everything. And according to all of these ladies, as you're getting into menopause and shit, your flaps start disappearing. All your meat curtains start slowly disappearing like a fucking David Copperfield magic show.
Meat drapes. Hey, sir, it's Madropides. Well, how come every time I say it sounds like meat drapes? You ever watch that movie, Slam and Salmon? Fucking great movie. Go watch it if you haven't watched it. Fucking hilarious. It's from 2009.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, the beef curtains fucking disappear like fucking a rabbit in a hat.
Yeah.
I guess. Supposedly.
Well, that cop almost had hot flashes.
She looked a little young, so I don't think that hers had disappeared.
No, they were still visible. And I'm sure he knows. He's seen it. He goes, I didn't ask you to do that.
She looked a little annoyed at the first. You know, she's like, whatever. Like, I don't know. When he was like, get your hair out of your face. Like, dude, do you want her to cover her labia or do you want her to have her hair? She can't obviously do both, sir.
No. Jesus Christ. Just. I don't know, man. Like, I had thought about getting, like I said, I've always thought about getting into law enforcement, but I ultimately made the decision not to do that. But if I was in a situation like that, dude, that would be the most awkward fucking. You would just be like, ugh.
Well, I mean, I guess budgets and whatnot, but I've seen, unfortunately, a few different occasions where cops have had to deal with pantsless people. Yeah. I've seen them have to tackle naked men.
Yes.
You would give these poor people some I don't know, some hospital gowns.
Yeah.
So that they can wrap these people up so that they don't have to look at that. Like, you know that phrase, this is not in my job description. Yeah. I don't feel like wrestling balls is supposed to be, or labias is supposed to be in a job description of a police officer.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Sounds like a country, labia. Yeah, you ever seen those?
Just a little pair of jorts. You know what I mean? Like disposable jorts.
Those Labian refugees are coming over here to the United States, and you watch somebody in their fucking trailer somewhere with their red hat's gonna be like, "Oh goddamn, those goddamn Labian refugees coming over here and stealing our germs." I'm sure somebody out there is gonna say that now.
They're gonna be appalled.
Yes. I've seen some things in my life, I'll tell you what, because I worked for a company which is now defunct, known as Schwann's, years ago.
The Schwans man.
Yeah,
You were a Schwans man.
I was the Schwans man, otherwise
My
known
dad
as.
loved your fudgesicles.
They weren't my fudgicles. They were somebody else's.
That's what we
Number
always...
56s, Andrea. I can remember the fucking goddamn numbers still to this day.
That's the only thing they ordered. They loved them. They fucking loved them.
Raspberry Rumble, all that good shit.
My parents were too big on, being health conscious, so it was only the fudgesicles.
Started this show when I was working for that company. And there's a few times where I just would fucking shake my head like, oh my God, am I really going through this right now? There's this one dude who lived in this apartment in Canandaigua. And, he was, a little bit flamboyant, whatever. He's from the South, had that Southern, the draw and all that stuff. He comes to the fucking door in a bathrobe. And you just know he had nothing else on.
Was it a little one? Was it one that barely covered his thighs?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was close enough. And I looked at this guy and I'm like, really? And you could hear Ghost Adventures in the background. Because he loved to watch the Ghost Adventures. And I'm just like, please, open the door with some fucking pants. At least something. Yeah. And, it just, you ask yourself sometimes, do people do this on purpose? You wonder.
You see, I try to, the only thing that I've ever done a bunch of times that I don't really want to do, but has happened just because I'm not keeping a spare one nearby for door answering, is not having a bra on. But I do the fold over. You know what I mean? Like, you get the cross-armed Andrea answering the door.
Understandable.
But beyond that, like, I don't really hang out in the living room without pants. But if I, for some reason, was because it was hot or something,
right, I
would still have pants within arm's reach. And if somebody knocked on the door, I'd throw them on before I answer it. I do have my childhood best friend's father.
Yeah.
Didn't give two shits. It was his house. And he answered the door. Tidy whities all the time.
Just like that guy I walked into the house with that girl. Holy shit.
Be traumatized. And even she would be like, Dad! Like, we would joke with her. We would joke. Like, thankfully it wasn't in, like, it was just more of an appalling thing for her sake than anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, he was also kind of like, you don't like seeing me in my underwear? Don't come to my fucking door.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you could always just call and ask for her.
Yeah. Well, it's like that John C. Reilly guy I was talking about, where I dropped this girl off home.
Yeah.
And she made nothing of it. Like, this was an everyday thing for her. And I'm just thinking to myself, really, you're okay with that? Like, your dad's literally just sitting here or standing here in the middle of the kitchen with tighty whities on talking to us. And I'm just like, okay, you're fine with that? This is an everyday thing. You're used to seeing that. And that's a little weird. But hey, that's your house. It's your thing. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I just was like, all right, got to go.
Cindy would give full warnings. Like, she's just like, listen.
Yeah.
I mean, and it wasn't like all the time.
Right.
But he worked hard. And so sometimes when he was home and it was in summertime, he was just like, you can all fuck right off. Especially because she was dealing with the pool.
Yeah.
And we all wanted to use the pool. And so he was like, this is the toll you pay. I'm going to sit in my living room and do what I want. You can go to the pool in the backyard. Do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He worked hard, but I hope nothing else was hard.
No, absolutely not. No.
Wheels of Life says Schwann's was peak in the late 90s. Yeah.
It was.
I'll be honest with you. Before I got laid off, they had changed. Well, they announced that they were going to change the name to Yellow, which was YELLOH. And they didn't change it until after like a few years later. But could you imagine though? Like, you open the door and you go, oh, the Schwann's guy's here. Could you imagine opening the door and saying the Yellow guy is here? It's a little racist.
That doesn't sound
It's a little
right
racist.
at all. Why the fuck would they even go with that? What was their purpose?
So they got purchased. So I will just put it this way. So the Schwann's Food Company exists today. They're still in business. In 2018, they had gotten bought out, the consumer brand side, by a South Korean company who then took over the company and had disbanded from the yellow truck route side of the business. That side of the business was owned by the person who started the business, Marvin Schwann's family. His son had took over that side of the business. And I will just tell you this. The way that business was managed was horribly managed. Like, there was nothing that made any sense. There was no return on investment. They made some very horrible financial business decisions. I will put it that way. And that's why they went defunct last November in 2024. But as things would come out, the Schwann's Food Company wanted nothing to do with that side of the business. If you go on social media and you scroll through, you could probably see people in the past comments when they were still in business. They would say, oh, my Schwann's guy didn't come through with my order today. And they would say, we have nothing to do with that business. Like, we are not the route. They wanted nothing to do with that. So ultimately, when that business was bought out by the South Korean company, that was the, I guess you could say, end-all, be-all of what was once known as Schwann's. My idea of this whole thing is they didn't say it outright. They wanted to say, oh, we're just modernizing the business and we're trying to refresh the brand. I guarantee you, Andrea, that they said, hey, you have a limited amount of time to be able to use that name. Come this year, at this time, you have to change that name because we want nothing to be associated with you with. We bought the rights to that name. You have to move on from it. And I guarantee that's what happened. They never said that once to anybody. But I promise you that's what happened behind the scenes. They probably had a handshake deal and said, hey, listen, we bought the rights to this name. You fuck off now. And I don't care if it's your last name or not. You're going to use a different name going forward because we bought this company. That's probably what ended up happening. And if I'm wrong, you prove me wrong. But I doubt it. I think that's how business works. If you buy the rights to a company name, why would you want another company using that name too?
Right.
You wouldn't. So that's what I would say. I mean, they laid off a whole bunch of people in 2022, and I was one of them. And I felt bad for everybody else that got fucking laid off. And I saw the writing on the wall. I'm like, oh, dude, this company ain't going to last that much longer. I actually gave them a few, like 5 years. I was like, 5 years they'll be done. They didn't last any more than 2. So, needless to say, though, it's sad to see a business like that go down. It's just an outdated business practice. Mm-hmm. Door-to-door sales just... It ain't what it is. It ain't what it used to be.
No, in fact, now people get really fucking weird about it because I'm in Henrietta Highlights.
Yeah.
And they will literally post a salesman on there and be like, look out for this piece of shit. And it's like, motherfuckers just trying to make money. Like, I get it. You find it annoying, but
yeah,
like, he's not there to like case your house.
No.
He's just trying to get you to buy his lawn care service.
Yeah. 100%, yeah.
But they all get on there. They're like, this weirdo. They were parked on the side of the road for 20 minutes. Yeah, they're fucking going over their checklist of where they have to fucking go and like, Jesus.
Yeah. Will says I tried Schwann's in 2020, I believe, and it was not the same anymore. Yeah. I will say that year was very difficult, especially with COVID. There was a lot of things that changed over the last, I would say, 4 or 5 years. So when COVID was happening, obviously there was a lot of things that were, people were buying like crazy because everyone stayed home. And that business was flourishing. I think that was the most that company made in years. I think they actually profited that year. They actually were in the positive numbers compared to all the other years where they were forking over money to stay afloat. And then once...
It's like the Mack trucks.
Yeah, yeah. And then once COVID was kind of dying down, like by 2022, prices had hiked 2 or 3 times within a year or two span. And then they were having trouble getting product, distributors. They had to get new distribution people to make the stuff, and obviously things have changed and the quality and things have changed. So obviously people got on to this, and there's a lot of people get canceled service and all that.
Oh, I'm sure, especially if they have expectations of buying something that they expected to taste and look a certain way, and it doesn't anymore.
Yeah, and you're paying a higher price for it
right.
because of the circumstances. Will says it was more like slop. Yeah, I mean, there was a few things that I'm
sure they were cutting corners by then to try to quality.
Yeah, and then they had that whole thing with the shipping containers all locked up in California at the fucking the docks and all that stuff. I think that had something to do with it too, where people were just waiting on stuff, and we were just not getting product in. So there was a lot of stuff that people wanted, like supply and demand, but there was no supply. The demand was there, no supply. So how are you supposed to sell and make money? So obviously people that were working for the company weren't making enough because their commissions went way down compared to what they were. And it was just a bad situation for everybody involved. And it was sad. It was very sad. And I'm just, you know, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth as somebody who, you know, you work there and you see the things that have gone on there and you're like, damn, that's just fucking terrible. And then you get told, oh, no, nothing's going to happen. You know, you just get told things that are just not true.
Oh, yeah, because they're trying to appease you so that you don't quit early. Because if you anticipate it and do something for you, then that doesn't help them out until they're ready to go.
Yeah, and that's just not, I don't think that's ethical in any way, shape, or form.
If
not. You know the company is going under.
Yeah,
know the company. I think they knew the company was going under years in advance. There's no way they just were like, oh, one day, oh, hey, we're going to close up now in a few months. They knew this was coming years in advance. When a business decision like that's made, it's well in advance. Mm-hmm. And I think they knew that. I think they saw the writing on the wall when they probably officially had announced that Yellow was the new name, which I looked at that when I was a manager at the time. And they had said, "Hey, we're gonna have this, you know, this video presentation. Make sure your team is at the depot, and we're gonna announce this thing and blah blah blah." And none of us had any clue what the fuck was going on. We're like, "Well, that's weird." So then this whole presentation happens and all that, and it was like I think done in real time. And yeah, we're gonna announce our new name, Yellow. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this? And everybody's like, yeah, no, people are gonna fucking hate it. And it's sure as shit, you would go out on a route and all the customers you'd be like handing them over like the company's changing the name to Yellow, and they're looking at it like, this is fucking stupid. You know, like thinking to yourself, you can't say this in front of them, but you're like thinking to yourself, yeah, you're right, it's fucking dumb. Mm-hmm. Here you have a company who's been around since 1952 and you're going to change the name in 2022. Stupid decision.
Well, that's because the company wasn't American, so it didn't see the value. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't understand that the American customers hold value to things like that.
The company itself,
to a certain extent,
that side of the company was American still. It was still held by the family who initially started it. The problem was, again, the South Korean company that bought the rights to the Schwan Food Company brand didn't want them using that name.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
so they ruined it for them because they didn't understand.
Yeah. Which is sad. It sucks. I hate to see something like that because, you know, like, you look at it and you go, okay, you know, this company's been around for a long time. People know that it's a household name. The food was always, you know, decent and good. And then all of a sudden you see it just take a turn for the worse like that, and it's just depressing. And then you see people lose their jobs. That's even more depressing. Especially people that have been there for 30 years, 40 years, whatever.
Yeah.
And now they're out of a job. And it's because of terrible business decisions. And there's nothing anybody had in control of, you know, that was working for them that lost their jobs. Here you got people that thought this is a career I could retire at. And now you know,
get to.
Yeah, you worked there for so many years, and all of a sudden you're just like, fuck, what do I do now? And then you have to start over, which terrible, sucks. Nobody wants to do that, especially if you're like towards the end of your like career. Mm-hmm. Say you're in your like 60s, 50s, whatever, and you're like, oh, retirement's like coming close, and then all of a sudden, hey guys, we're closing. You're out of a job.
Right,
good luck.
But it wasn't exactly right within like a year of when you wanted to.
Right.
Because, I mean, it's not like you're just forced a year into retirement early. It's like you still have like 5-6 more to go, and you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now?
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I hate seeing people lose their job. It's fucking terrible, especially in that way. Like, that's just a lot of hard-working people that lost their job because of all that stuff, and it sucks. It's sad. It's not good. But, you know, you just move on. It's just like anything else, and you just work towards a different future, I guess. Sometimes it turns out better. Mm-hmm. You just don't know. But at the time, you're like, fuck, man, this...
Yeah, because you're like...
Scary.
What the, yeah.
You know?
Well, because it's unplanned. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, you could brace yourself for it, or you're like, this was miserable.
Yeah, it's not like, you know... People were just sloughing off and fucking up for years and years on end, and then like you when you get let go, you're like, oh, I saw this coming because, you know, I've been coming in an hour late every day and I've been just doing nothing. Like, if you're like on a poor performance road, then you could see it like, okay, yeah, I can understand why I got let go. But all these people that were working hard, men and women, just fucking working hard, doing their and even customers, like, I feel bad for them because you know, they get used to people. You get to know your customers. Like I've had customers like just one lady, she crocheted a blanket, a blue and white blanket for my wife and I when we got married. Come to find out, like she passed away recently, like within a year or two. That was sad. I always get along with them, you know, and the elderly customers I would especially like help out. There's this one lady in Palmyra who, God rest her soul, she passed away like 90 something, and I would always take her stuff down in the basement. It was heavy ass shit, you know. She bought a lot of stuff, and I'm like, I'm not gonna have her carry this stuff down in the basement. So I would go down there and I would put it in the freezer, and I think she bought things that she had in the freezer still. I'm like, I would always remind her like, hey, you know, just remember you got a lot of stuff in here that you've already purchased. Maybe calm down on that stuff. And I know that would be like, okay, against, you know, okay, that would go against your commission, but who cares? I look at it like this. It's ethical, and I'm not there, you know, I want to help people out if I can. Like, if somebody asks me about something and I'm like, I tried that, and then, like, I'm not that crazy about it, I'd be like, this is what I thought about it. You know, it's up to you to make that decision if you want to buy it. I'm not one of those people that are just going to shove it in your face and just
be like,
lie to
it's the greatest, and
yeah.
it's ass.
And you're like, I had this and I threw up like 5 times.
Yeah.
Like, no, I would never do that. But, you know, that was the one thing that I definitely, you miss about it is like some of the people you met along the way. Coworkers, customers, all that stuff. And, yeah, just to see a company do that, take a nosedive the way they did, it's just, it sucks.
Yep.
Yeah. But,
yeah. All because of a merge.
Yeah.
Selling or.
Well, you gotta be very weary of these merges and these buyouts. You know, you don't want to think negatively, but like typically when something like that happens, be on the lookout.
Oh yeah.
Be on the lookout because you don't know what's going to happen. Most definitely things aren't going to be the same ever again. Management changes a lot, and you see that happen quite frequently in those buyouts or those mergers. Not good. It's not good for the employees, I can tell you that.
No, not usually.
And when you start seeing corporate management change when that happens, because it did, look out even more because it's good. Shit rolls downhill all the time. You know, but when a buyout happens, that's usually what ends up happening. It's not good. I don't know. It's just hard. It's just bad enough as it is with like the economy and all that stuff, and then you got to worry about shit like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's fucking anxiety riddled. Just fucking damn.
Well, yeah, because you're not just worrying about yourself thriving, but you're worried about your income.
Yeah.
Like that company has to thrive. Like that's why I'm nervous about like because I work for a university. So if you get rid of universities, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Like. Stop it. They're private.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to waste their fucking money on a degree without looking carefully into the fact that there are some degrees that are very lucrative spending time and money on getting, and other ones, liberal arts, that are not.
Damn, just threw that right under there.
Hey,
huh?
I am a liberal arts associate's degree person, and I can tell you right now, it was the biggest waste of money on the fucking planet. But my brother did something a little different, and I am very glad that he got a college degree for it because I wouldn't want him making computer programs that make prosthetic pieces for handicapped people without a fucking degree. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like,
yeah, that's very true.
So, like, sometimes it is worth a degree. But I get it, but that's no different than you deciding that you want to waste money on a full back tattoo. Like,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real here.
I think I mentioned this before. You said, well, we were talking about door-to-door sales, and I just want to bring this up because I flew down to Kansas City, God, almost
a couple of years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was actually there
3
now.
years.
I think it was there, well, no. It was sometime in September in 2022 that I went down there. And I'm not going to mention the company's name or anything like that because they're still in business and all that stuff. And people that make their money and whatever. It just wasn't for me. Again, I quit because of, again, ethical reasons and stuff like that. Yeah. But I think I talked about it on the show where one night I went to this, there was one day I went to this house knocking on doors. They had a Ring doorbell. So I knew they knew that I was there a few times, blah, blah, blah. I had left whatever, the slips. During the night, the same day, I drive back. I do a call back to this house. They're home. I know they're home because lights are on. You can hear noise. And the Ring doorbell obviously is there. So they know I'm there. I knock, blah, blah, blah. And it's dark out. I had a black Chevy Malibu rental that when I was down there. And I'll never forget it. I get done with this house. I go to this black car. I open the door. I sit down and I go, wait a minute. This fucking steering wheel is way too close to me. What happened? And I look at the steering wheel and it says Ford.
You got in the wrong fucking car.
Yeah, I got in the wrong fucking car. I got in the homeowner's car. They had it unlocked. What are you doing? I don't care if it's Kansas City. You fucking lock it. You lock your car because guys like me don't know any better. They're both black cars. They look very similar. No car looks different these days. Chevy, Ford, don't matter. I get in the car and I go, man, this fucking steering wheel is way too close. I barely got in there. And I look at the fucking Ford symbol and I jumped out of that car so fast. I fucking closed the door. I got in the Chevy.
Course, it was all in the ring cam.
Yup. They caught it on camera. I wonder what they were thinking. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck?
Here's this guy with shaved head with long hair on top and a fucking dress shirt. Yeah, and a dress shirt and slacks and a badge getting into my car.
It's the Men in Black. They're coming aliens.
That was a fucking embarrassing moment. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just never know. Actually, so you would start your day early in the morning. You'd have all these fucking meetings and all that shit and like class and all that, and then at like 2 to like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, you'd fucking be out there. This one kid went north of Kansas City. It was like a fucking hour away. And I guess it's like a very bad part of that area. It's fucking Missouri. You never know what you're going to run into.
No, you do not.
I've been there. I seen where this kid was, and I was like, okay, this is not as bad as Rochester, but I can see where it can get sketchy. I think Rochester's worse.
And they have way more. I feel like there's more carrying.
Oh, God, yeah. I think that's a conservative state, right? Mm-hmm. So there's more people out there, and I don't blame them. I mean, you want to.
They all hunt, every fucking one of them.
Yeah. I understand. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I can understand where things can get sketchy. But like this kid at like 9:30 at night, he was like 20-something years old, and he fucking goes to his house. And mind you, this is like for security things and stuff. He's trying to help these people in a way.
Yeah.
And they fucking come to the door and fucking threaten him with a gun.
See what I'm saying? I knew it. I knew it. The minute you said Missouri, I was like, I've lived there for 5 years.
Yeah. And so, needless to say, I mean, I think that was the tipping point of like, dude, you're out there at fucking 9:30 at night. It's not good.
No.
Like, fuck that.
No, they're not used to that. Mm-mm.
My buddy who's a podcaster as well, his name is Jukebox Ginger. He lives out there. He lives in Kansas, like a half hour away from Kansas City. And we've done a live show and stuff at I think it was called the Sandbox, the rooftop of it and all that stuff. It was cool. We were able to do that, but I think it was like a Friday night. He had fucking texted me or whatever, and he's like, "Yo, dude, what are you doing?" I'm like, it's fucking I'm working, blah blah blah. I think it's like 7 at night. He's like, "Hey, my family and I are gonna go to this haunted place in Kansas." He's like, "You want to come?" I'm like, I gotta work till fucking 9, blah blah blah. Ultimately, I made a decision. I'm like, fuck this. I'm like, there's nothing going on. I ain't getting nothing done. I'm like, nobody's buying nothing. I'm like, fuck this. So I went to this place. We had fun. Went through the haunted house and whatnot. And then we did this fucking cool thing out there, which is like, you get on a bus. They have fucking paintballs and shit. And you fucking shoot zombies.
Yep. I know exactly the place you're talking about.
Yeah. I was like, I did that.
I have not been to it, but I have, we've heard of it when you go to the haunt convention out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because they all wear the gear, and I'm like, you couldn't pay me enough to be shot at.
Yeah.
Couldn't pay me enough to be shot at by those paintballs, but...
Yeah, I mean, at this point, needless to say, I think I was at the point where I was like, I don't think I'm going to continue this career. It just wasn't... I didn't feel good about it.
Well, because you feel like you're bugging people. That was me when I. Is it? Is that?
It was. I'm not gonna get into the meat and potatoes about it. I think I've maybe talked about some things. The way you present and try to sell was just, to me, in my opinion, not ethical. Yeah. I just don't think it was the right thing to do.
I used to fundraise for the RPO, and they started the call shift I started at was like 5 p.m. I'm like, why am I bugging people while they're supposed to be fucking eating dinner?
I mean,
to ask them to give me money.
Yeah.
When 85% of the people who had probably bought something for the RPO, they probably hadn't even bought it for themselves. They'd probably bought it as a gift for somebody else.
Yeah.
And you're asking them to donate a couple $100.
Yeah.
At 5 p.m.
Well, just think about it.
I was like, I hated the job.
Yeah, even 5 p.m. Holy crap. But, like, I think about it now, especially now. Like, my wife and I work, like, till she gets out at 6. I get out at usually 5:30, depending on. Yeah. But sometimes we don't get home till, like, 6. Sometimes she works until 7. Like, we don't get home till, like, 7:30 sometimes.
Yeah, you're trying to eat. You're trying to make dinner and eat it and get settled in.
And then you have, like, we put Harrison to bed at about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So, like, I think to myself, and I feel bad for these people that we would knock on doors and shit, and especially now that I'm a parent. Like, the one guy I remember sticks out in my head over there in Missouri. I was like, hey, man, I'm putting my kids to bed, blah, blah, blah. You know, can you come back tomorrow? And, like, and I feel bad about it, but, like, you know, you're trying to, you know, make a living here, right? But, and that's why I'm never, like, disrespectful to anybody that comes to the door, because we've had salespeople come to the door, and I never once, and I don't waste their time either. I just say, hey, look, dude, we're not interested. But I never want them, like, disrespectful or get abrasive with them, because I know how it is. They're just trying to make, you know, a living and all that stuff, and I get it. I'm not going to fucking fault you for that. Mm-hmm. But I think about it, like, dude, you know, say it's like 9:30 at night, and we just put the kid down to bed and all that, and you have somebody ringing on your fucking doorbell and knocking on the door. That's fucking crazy.
I find it mind-blowing that they were having you knock on doors past fucking 7.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like that. Yeah. Even though I still feel like past 5, but really people aren't home until like 5. Yeah. You know what I mean? But
I get their mindset. I get their strategy at that point, but dude, fucking, that's late. It's fucking late. Cut it off at like 7, 8 at the latest.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, I get it. It's a small window, but fucking get your nose to the grindstone during that 3-hour period and hope you make some sales.
Some of those drives, man, I'll never forget. Like I was just on an Alice in Chains kick there, because like before I went to Kansas City, I was just on I love Alice in Chains. It's one of my favorite 90s grunge bands, and I was doing some like digging and whatnot, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, that was like the last show that Lane Staley had played with Alice in Chains was there in Kemper Arena. Mm-hmm. And then he'd overdosed on heroin and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, Kemper Arena's got a lot of bad juju behind it, because that's where Owen Hart fell to his death, and WWF. This happened with Alice in Chains. So I'm just, you know, it got me through that era in my life, which was like 3 years ago now. But there was like, when I went to that one area an hour away, I'm like, fuck, man, I drove all the way back to my hotel room listening to like Alice in Chains. I'm in, you know, it's just a surreal moment. You're like, it's just a long fucking day. You're demoralized. You're fucking just like, you're beat up mentally. You're just like, fuck everything right now. You know, your fucking family's all the way back here in Rochester, New York. You're like, fuck. And you're just by yourself in a fucking rental car, just going back to your hotel listening to Alice in Chains. And that's the only fucking ounce of solace you can find in that time. The only just piece of serenity, I guess you could say. And you're just like, this is fucking tough. Like, it is very hard to travel, especially when you don't know what the fuck you're getting yourself into. Mm-hmm. It was ballsy. I mean, you're flying out to fucking Kansas City, Missouri to do this thing that you have no idea how it's going to turn out. And you know, just fast forward to today, and I'm like, if I never did that, I would have never met some of the people I met. Like, you know. And then I guess it's a good thing to put yourself out there sometimes, especially when it's fucking like that, where you're traveling alone, you're doing something just brand new and scary and risky and shit like that. And I think about people that I've known for a long time that wouldn't even take a simple risk of like switching careers here in this area. It's like, and I did that for fucking 3 weeks to a month. I was out there for a month just about.
Yeah, I know. You didn't. You were.
I was miserable. I was ready to come home after the first week. I'm like, can we just fucking get this over with?
Well, at least you wrote it out, and then we're like, no, this seriously is not for me.
Oh, God. As soon as I came back, and I was just like, nah. There's one dude that was doing it still. I'm like, dude, what the fuck you doing out here? He's like, nobody wants to work out here. Nobody wants to do this type of work. I'm like, I'm a hard worker, but I'm not doing this.
No.
This is depressing. I was like, this doesn't feel good. Plus, when you get back home, you have to use your own car. Mileage, gas. And you're not even promised to get paid until you make a sale.
Nope. No, which is also why I can't be involved in any of these. I mean, I wouldn't really call them Ponzi schemes, but I can't do any of the pyramid. You know what I mean? Like, people will reach out, they're like, oh, try this supplement and stuff like that to help you lose weight, and I'm like, it's too expensive. Well, if you, I don't have people, I don't have the personality, I don't have the emotion, I can't fucking sell shit. I just can't.
No, it's just I don't mind selling things as long as it's like ethical and it's real, like it's. But the way they just went about it, I'm just like, dude, why are we doing it that way? And I get where they're coming from, blah blah blah, all psychology and yada yada. But I'm like, me personally, dude, nah, that's for something. I'm sure the turnover rate, and like, think about that, like how much does it cost for even one person to be flown out to somewhere? And then you have to pay for somebody to fucking be out there, and then you have you're paying for their food and their hotel, and this must be just cycled through over and over again.
And how many don't stay? Like afterwards,
I'm sure a lot of them didn't stay.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's probably a few that did, but majority probably did not.
You have to have the right personality to be a salesman like that.
Especially in that business, being a salesman is hard enough, but in that business, how do you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night knowing that you just told somebody that their dog was going to burn up to a crisp?
If they didn't have your system.
While the fire alarm's going off, and if they didn't have the system, nobody would know, and then you're not home, and it just imagine Fluffy in a room in a kennel somewhere while you're away, and that smoke alarm you have doesn't do jack shit other than make noise, and he's burning up to a crisp. With our system, he'll be fine. Sell based off of emotion. I don't think I'd like that being presented to me as a person. So why would I want to do it to them?
Right.
To me, that's not right.
You're not responsible unless you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You killed your cat.
That's what you're basically saying. You're making a decision here
to kill your cat if you do not fucking get our shit.
You
have chosen to let Goldie the goldfish boil to death because you didn't get our program.
Yeah, I won't mention the name of anything or anybody, but
it's like that fallen you can't get up company. You know what I mean? Like your grandma, your mama is gonna pass away on the floor. Actually, though,
I'm sure they do though.
I was gonna say, so my manager, she's in, like, I'm seeing into my future. You know what I mean? Because my parents are still they're in their early 70s, so they're still moving around. But my brother and I are noticing, like, my mother repeating. You know what I mean? Like you're starting to see the little bits, but they get to this bracket where they still want to be completely independent, but instead they're like, you know, shuffling over to somewhere where they shouldn't, and then they fall and they break their hip, and then while they're supposed to be healing from that, they won't wait for the nurse to fucking listen to the call button, and they stand up again, and then they break their hip a second time. Yeah. And you're like, Jesus Christ. So I guess, I mean, in a way, some of that I follow, like, a person will fall at like 4 a.m. because they decided to take a pee, and nobody finds them until 7 hours later.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get that. But at the same time, I feel like that company does use the concept of you're going to be alone and you're going to die on your basement floor.
Yeah.
If you do not have our little necklace to keep you safe.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, if you're going to sell something, make it make sense. Sell the product. Don't say your dog's going to be made into fucking a roast.
Your grandma's going to die because of your lack of willingness to spend this money.
This dude I was riding along with the first day I was doing a ride along, he was like 24 years old. Yeah, he's one of those go-getters, didn't give a fuck about nobody else but his money and shit. Which, whatever.
Yeah,
To
which
each his
is,
own.
that's the kind of person who should be doing that job.
Yeah, 100%. Then he's talking to this lady. We go to this woman's house, and he's talking to her and blah, 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 and she's like, trying to shut it down, and then he brings up rape. And I'm like, okay. I'm thinking in my mind, I do not feel good about this at all. Did he sell the system? We were there for a while. He fucking sold it. But goddamn, am I going to sit there and talk to some middle-aged woman about rape? Not at all. Not in that scenario, no. We talk about it on the show, but we are here for that reason.
Right.
We talk about crazy things all the time on the show. I'm there not to talk about things like that. I'm there to sell something. And if I have to escalate it to that point, I'm doing something stupidly wrong.
Well, right, because that just surely means that at this point, the person has probably said no in 20 different ways, and now you're just trying to escalate it until they say yes.
Do you take no at the first sign? No, you take, I would say about 3 times, and then you dip out.
Yeah, you should be like, all right, this person is dead set on it.
Yeah.
Not keep trying other angles until you finally hit a nerve that paranoids them into fucking doing it.
So basically, though, like, he's like, yeah, the statistics of rape and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, my God. So then, like, fast forward, we're at the kitchen table and all that stuff, and we're talking. And they had, like, I think it was like a barcode on the fucking badge. She's like, hey, are you guys legit? And we were. It was a legit company. So, like, they scanned the phone, whatever, and it would go to the badge with the phone. It would go to the link and show, like, the person's face and that they're an employee of the company and all that stuff. Like, it's a legit business, but that's not for me. I don't care how much money it would make there.
Well, and then on top of it, so what happens if, so you go there, you say that kind of thing to this person, you sell them that, you sell them this fake sense of, full security. And, I don't know, like, they're still new at working on the system and something unfortunately horrible happens in their home with that system in there anyway.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't really know.
Like,
yeah.
Like, would she come back and look you in the eye? How would you feel if somebody came back and looked you in the eye and you were like, you told me I would be safe?
Yeah, that's just, I can't.
This person got in my house anyway and, killed Fido or what the fuck ever.
I wouldn't feel good about it.
Yeah.
I don't want my name tied to anything like that.
Yeah.
Go back to fucking selling frozen food. At least that, nobody's dying in that scenario.
Right.
Nobody's dog's going to be fried.
Well, I mean, maybe long term, somebody could end up having a heart attack from eating way too many
that's on them
chicken
at that
cordon
point.
blues.
That's on them at that point. I'm not going to choose their diet for them. Hey, I got the goods.
Right.
You choose what you want.
Right. That's just like the steak guy, who
Right.
shows up with
Omaha?
his Omahas.
Yeah.
The Omaha steak. We got by Kirby.
Oh, the vacuum cleaner.
Yep.
I know those are
joined
expensive.
The military, $2,000 fucking dollars.
That's about right.
And that thing, I mean, now mind you, the last I gave it to somebody, it was still running.
It sucks better than a $20 whore in Lyle Avenue, right?
It does, but it also is like lugging around a full size 200-pound adult.
So it'd be like lugging me around.
Oh my God, it was like ridiculous. You needed fucking muscle to use it for anything, and then like if a part broke, you about lost a finger putting on a new belt or whatever else that you needed to do.
And the parts are probably pricey too to fix it.
Oh, yeah.
Forget that. No good.
Extra bags to go for it. You had to buy them specifically through their website.
Got to douche it once in a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
That's what we got, Gab. Oh, also like a children educational book club.
Yeah.
Pug figurines. What else?
Pug figurine, really?
Yeah, he joined a pug. So we had our first dog together was a pug, and he thought he was gonna buy me. So you got the little bookshelf first and the first pug.
Yeah.
And then every month you got a pug of the month until you filled it up. He got 3 in before he got behind on payments, and then it just became something we owed on, and I ended up with a thing that you can hang on the wall with only 3 pug figurines to go into it.
Hey, somebody will buy it. That's why they sell it. The supply, the demand's there.
So that's, all the many, and the fucking children's books did nothing. We did nothing with them. It was like a series of classics along with all the encyclopedias, you know what I mean? And like nobody fucking opened them. They collected dust on a shelf.
Yeah. I would just say this, like, if you're out there and you have somebody come to your house selling door to door, just understand this. They're human beings. They're trying to make a living. I get it. You get pissed off. You get irritated. I'm not going to lie. It can be irritating, especially at 9 at night, kids in bed, and now they're waking up because...
you got a cocky bastard.
Well, yeah. If somebody out there being an asshole to you, then be an asshole back. But if somebody's just, they're being professional and nice to you and, just... understand, like, you don't have to be a complete cock to them. No. If they're being a dick to you, though.
Yeah, if they're not taking no for the answer, you can finally just be like, I don't know how many fucking languages I got to say it to you in, but this politeness is over with now. But
yeah, there's no reason to be a complete dick unless, like I said, unless you're being a dick, especially that late at night.
A political person came by today. He handed me a couple of pamphlets, was like, there's a vote coming up soon.
Yeah.
Said something for a few seconds and was like, can I hand you these pamphlets? Sure.
Yeah.
And that was it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't about to be like, get off my front step, old man. You know what I mean? Like, he was like shaking
fuck out of here,
telling you stuff, and I was just like, well, probably because in this day and age, it's got to be scary going to doors.
It's intimidating, especially if you don't know, like, the area and all that stuff. It gets crazy.
Right now with political stuff, I
oh,
don't
God.
know it's got to be harder to talk to somebody one-on-one.
Yeah, not the best thing you want to do. The best thing you want to do, though, is go to the M-Balm-Effect.com. You can watch and listen to the show there if you haven't seen the show live. Stuff's on there. You can go to the shop. You can support the show, represent the dirty. We have t-shirts and all that stuff on the shop. If you haven't already, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that bell. Get all the notifications. I know people complain that they don't know when we're going live and all that. That's the best way to make sure you know when we go live and post new videos, etc., etc. It helps support us for free. It's not like you have to pay anything to subscribe, but it does help us keep doing the thing that we're doing in some way, shape, or fashion, and you can do that, again, for free of charge. Subscribe, hit the bell, get notified, and get all the M-Balm Effect content that way. Don't know when we're going to go live again. God, it's hard to tell because there's so many moving parts right now. This may or may not be the last time we do this in this studio. I don't know yet. But the time is coming where we're going to be moving soon. We're getting closer and closer. And it is it's upon us when the studio is going to be moving, and we're going to be moving probably within the next few weeks to a month. Hopefully, I don't know. I really don't know. It could be any time. It could be any time. But yeah, it's upon us, and the studio has had a lot of memories, and when the time does come where we don't host the show here anymore, it's gonna be a little bit weird.
It is.
It's gonna be weird. Be kind of sad, not gonna lie. But God, 6 years of this studio. 6 years of it, and just to think it's coming to that end, just it's surreal right now to even think, because I remember starting off with a circle table, chintzy ass headsets, one computer. None of this even existed here. None of this was even here. It was just a dark room with 2 lights and maybe a sunlight like that, and that's it. That's how we started in this very room, in this very studio. This basement. It's done its job for us, though. Had a lot of memorable moments, but as the dismantling comes, it's going to be a little bit of a reality that's going to slap me in the face and go, "Wow, this is real. It's happening."
Yeah, when you gotta put the stuff in a box.
Yeah.
To move it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already doing that everywhere else in the house.
Right.
And it's hit there, but like it hasn't come real here.
The upstairs hallway was mind blowing.
Yeah, it's empty.
She was like, "You can go that way now," and I was like, "What the fuck?"
It's completely empty. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's it served its purpose, you know. But
upgrade. It's gonna be an upgrade.
Oh, this
It'll
place.
It'll be weird. But,
it will be.
But then you'll be like, man, remember when we used to be stuck? Blah 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 blah. You know.
This
now
space,
we got more place.
Yeah, this space is like, in comparison, is way small. Like we could actually do fun activities. We could do some fun activities. Like we could have some.
We're gonna have more space where we can actually like set stuff up and.
Yeah. Yeah, we could. Oh my God, there's a lot of opportunity with this new space.
Nice.
So I'm stoked for it, and I don't know. It'll be weird going in the future, looking back at old like episodes and going, "Oh, remember that fucking studio? 6 years of this studio, it's fucking." But on to bigger and better things, and yeah, we'll be back. I don't know when we're gonna be back, but. Just keep your eyes and ears open. Again, if you go to the YouTube channel and subscribe and hit the bell, you'll be notified when we go live and all that stuff. So, do the best you can with that. And Andrea, you're gonna be back. You're gonna be back. What, November?
November. If you're here or there, ready to go.
We'll be gone by then.
Yeah,
we'll be definitely moved in.
Yeah.
So
if the space is ready, I can join you.
Yeah. No.
In November.
Yeah. So until then. We'll be back when we can. Yeah. So this is Andrea. This is the M-Balm, and this is the M-Balm Effect. We will see you live whenever we get back on. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening, and we wish you all the best. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, there goes the neighborhood. It's a good thing no one got seriously hurt.
Oh my God!
Whoops. Spoke too soon. Don't get too wrecked. See you on the next one.
The M-Balm Effect.